is a Fox Sports West 2 special presentation. When two heavyweights like Los Alamitos and Mater Dei go toe-to-toe, you expect a 15-round war. The Griffins will stick and move, counter-punching with combinations from quarterback Ryan Hansen to receiver Keenan Howry. The Monarchs will use their experience in title fights to slip the Griffins' punches and take the contest to the distance, waiting for the opportunity to unleash a flurry that will put them ahead on points. Let's get it on. Griffins, Monarchs, next on Fox Sports West 2.
From Edison International Field, Fox Sports West 2 presents the high school football game of the week. Tonight, the Los Alamitos Griffins take on the Monarchs of Mater Dei in the CIF Division I Southern Section semifinal. And these two have been here before. Back in 1994, in front of an overflow crowd of almost 30,000, Los Alamitos came into that contest riding a 47-game win streak, but Mater Dei came up with the magic. The old Mater Dei magic was there that night as they come back with 14 points in the final 4 minutes to gain the victory. The Monarchs would win that one, go on to claim the National High School Championship. They would repeat the feat 2 years later. Hi, everybody. I'm Jim Watson, along with John Jackson. It's the game of the week, but it is so much more than that. Maybe the game of the year, much anticipated. These two teams with 10 CIF titles between them. They're both ranked in the top 4 in the state of California. And JJ, no surprise to see Los Al, Mater Dei going toe-to-toe one more time.
Right. Not only is this a big game with the winner going to the CIF championship next week, but it's a game between two bitter rivals. Mater Dei has been the team of the 90s, but the coaching staff for Los Alamitos tells us this is the best team they've ever put on the field. In any case, we have two great teams, two great traditions, but one big game.
Los Alamitos ranked number 3 in the state of California, and they ran the table. They are undefeated right now. One of the best teams going, getting better all the time, but every time they get up against Mater Dei, it's a little bit different story. The calming factor has been the senior quarterback, Ryan Hansen.
What an incredible season Ryan Hansen has had. As a point man for Los Alamitos, he's thrown for an incredible 69% completion rate on the season. More importantly, though, he has the weapons on offense to light up a scoreboard.
Mater Dei is ranked number 4 in the state of California. They do have one loss, that to De La Salle, but of course, Spartans of De La Salle, the number 1 team in the United States. Mater Dei is getting great through the playoffs. Matt Grudigood is doing it on defensive side of the ball, on the offensive side of the ball, and if you let him, he'll play with your head a little bit.
Right, Grudigood has been awesome, unbelievable, and he's been all over the field for the Monarchs. Last week, he was on fire with 172 yards rushing. A repeat performance tonight could prove to be disastrous for Los Alamitos.
It's number 3 versus number 4, Los Al and Mater Dei. What more do you need with a trip to the finals riding on this one? We'll come back. Your starting lineups will put the football in the air. It's the game of the week on Fox Sports West 2.
Hey, Mr. Internet Wonder Boy.
What?
Over here. Over here.
You think you got it all, don't you? Well, but there's this tiny little voice inside saying there's got to be something new, something that makes you want to stand up and say, yeah, baby, this is what I need. Yeah. Here it is. New Pepsi One. Massive cola taste, only 1 calorie. It's got it all. And you know what it's saying to you, don't you? No. Put down your mouse and curl up with me, baby, because I'm all you ever need. I want that. You want that. I want that. He wants that. Now you got it all, baby.
New Pepsi One.
I'll be a hot dog first, you know? Not at all. You can get me wrong. What do you want to?
AM/PM is proud to be the official convenience store of the Pac-10 conference.
Hey, these hot dogs look good. What's that?
The 36th annual Cruise of Lights is coming to Huntington Beach this holiday season. It'll be a star-spangled holiday with a narrated boat tour taking you through the waterways of Huntington Harbor to view beautifully decorated homes. The most spectacular light show on water takes place December 14th through 22nd, with proceeds benefiting the Orange County Philharmonic Society's music education programs for youth. For more information on the Cruise of Lights, call 714-840-7542.
All right, for all you out there who don't know exactly where Orange Schwinn is, I'm going to show you right now. I cleverly fastened this camera to my helmet, creating the direction cam. Now you too can see how to get to Orange Schwinn. Okay, first you find Tustin Avenue. Next, you look for the Orange Mall. Once you find that, you look directly across Tustin Avenue for the big bullseye. Pedal on toward that target and veer to the right. Orange Schwinn, dead ahead. So now that you know how to get to Orange Schwinn, what are you waiting for? Get on down here and buy a bike.
Fox Sports West 2 presents the high school football game of the week, brought to you by Arco and AMPM. By Pepsi, who invites you to join Generation Next. And by AirTouch. It could change your life. Call 1-800-AirTouch. Back at Edison Field in Anaheim, Jim Watson and John Jackson with you. Number 3, Los Alamitos. Number 4, Mater Dei, the Division I CIF semifinal with a trip to the big game on the line. The winner plays Pauley next week in the same place. Third member of our broadcast team, Allison Seaton, down on the sideline. A closer look, or perhaps a closer read, on tonight's matchup.
That's right, Jim. These two teams are not strangers to each other, especially in big games. They've met 3 times in the playoffs in the 90s, most recently in last year's quarterfinal. Los Alamitos led that game by 3 at halftime, but Mater Dei was just too physical. Mike McNair breaks the game open with a 25-yard touchdown run, and the Monarchs won it 40-23. He is just bruising, breaking down the backs of Los Alamitos defenders. The Monarchs won it 40-23. After the game, Los Al head coach John Barnes said, "It's a good thing Mater Dei beat us this year because they won't be able to touch us next year." Well, guess what, guys? Next year is right now. The rematch is on. Mater Dei head coach Bruce Wallinson told me that quote's been on his locker room wall all year long. Given a chance to retract the statement, Barnes simply said, "I was just trying to hype the game." Now, Jim, I'm not sure how much hype this game needs, but I do know this Mater Dei team can't wait to make him eat his words.
Very good, Allison. Yeah, and they remember those words, JJ. In fact, they had them right up front today, Mater Dei, when they walked into the big park.
Yeah, coming into Edison Field, the Monarchs all had signs taped on their chest of that quote. What a famous quote, what locker room billboard material. It definitely will fuel the fire tonight.
I can't tell you how many times I've read that, heard about it, talked to people about that quote. It's so much more now tonight because next year is this year. We talked about how important this game is because of the rankings. Take a look at the state top 10. Of course, De La Salle is the #1 team not only in the state of California, but also in the country, riding a 92-game winning streak. It looks like they'll win the Northern California section again. Then there's Long Beach Poly. Jackrabbits already have advanced with a win over Bishop Amat last night at the Vet. And there we have it, Los Al and Mater Dei 3-4.
Yeah, and that just goes to show you the level of competition in Southern California. De La Salle, of course, had a chance against Mater Dei. That was a great game. But all the rest of the top teams in California come from Southern California. And, of course, 3-4 match up tonight.
Both of these teams have had little trouble through the playoffs. Mater Dei beat Fountain Valley 30-14, came back and hammered Notre Dame of Sherman Oaks 30-3. Los Alamitos 45-14 over Lakewood in the first round. And last week, a surprisingly easy victory, 42-12 over Fontana. John Barnes, 19 years at Los Al. He's also the athletic director and 3 CIF titles, 91 through 93. He's taken the Griffs to 8 semis in the last 11 years. Career playoff record, 23-12-1. Across the way, now they call him Rollo. Bruce Rollinson, 10 seasons at MD. 7 CIF titles for the Monarchs. 2 national championships, 94 and 96. Rollo has won 110 games. That's an average of 11 per year. And he's a grad of Mater Dei. He's a Monarch through and through.
Right, what an incredible run for both teams and both coaches. No surprise, though, why both teams are here. Great coaching staff, great leaders.
And, you know, that's an interesting comment, JJ, because we talked with Bruce Rollinson at practice the other day, and he said, you know, the thing about Mater Dei is the coaching staff, not just him, but the coaching staff. And he said, this is a big game coaching staff. We know how to get these guys ready.
Right, this is a well-oiled machine for both teams, actually. And in Mater Dei's case, they are not foreign to this territory. They play in a lot of big games. Coach Rollinson knows how to get his troops prepared for the big game. We'll see if they can come up big again tonight.
Now, Mater Dei won the toss and elects to receive. Brian New is back with Ray Gilbert for Bruce Rollinson's Monarchs. When they come to Mater Dei, they expect to play in big games. They might as well just print the CIF semis and finals right on their schedule because Mater Dei is here so often as football returns to the Big Ed. We were here earlier in the year. De La Salle came down from Northern California and beat Mater Dei 28-21. De La Salle has been unbeaten since. Mike Hill to kick off for the Griffs. Griffs in the white jerseys and the blue hats. Of course, Mater Dei always in red. We're set. They're on their feet. You got it on Fox Sports West 2. It's the game of the week. Semifinals, Division I. LaSalle starts a little pooch kick. Could cause some trouble. Loose ball on the turf and a pile up. The Griffs say they have it, but I think the Monarchs had the first shot at the loose ball. Referees down on their knees at what would be second base if it were an Angel game. And it's Mater Dei's football. Interesting start.
Yeah, very interesting start. Mater Dei will get good field position, but almost costly. Last night, actually, against the Long Beach Poly Bishop Vermont game, there was an onside kick to start the game. Almost a turnover here.
Scott Lukash is a senior, but is a first-year starter. Very smart, has grown into the position, extremely accurate, 66%, and he's thrown for 15 touchdowns. Mater Dei more of an option team this year than they have been in past years. Grudegood is the lone tailback, but he'll see the football an awful lot. Lukash opens in the air. They're going down the sideline. The ball is caught. Millhouse dances down the sideline across midfield. Now, Kelvin Millhouse is the deep threat. Mater Dei flexes that right away. Up front for Mater Dei. Let's take a look at our Arco AM/PM starting lineup. So the guy at the top, Lenny, is the leader. Vandermeid, a 3-year starter. Pretty good. We already talked about him. Matt is the poster boy, a two-way starter. 172 yards and 3 touchdowns in the win last week. And as we mentioned, Millhouse is the guy who will stretch the Los Al secondary. It's a first down for Mater Dei. Grudegood. Deep handoff and gets a couple. Down near the 41-42 yard line. Across the ball, this is what's going to be staring back at the Monarchs offense. The Griffs featuring the 2 best defensive linemen in the state. Sagan Tuatasi, Bernard Riley, they both go 3 spins. Both have committed to SC. Linebackers are small, but they're very fast, and the secondary is very good. Cherie leads the team with 3 interceptions. He's second on the team in tackles. Lukash going to keep this one himself. He dances into the secondary, and another nice pickup for the Monarchs.
Yeah, and that option is a new wrinkle for the Monarchs. They're known to be a power running football team, but with Lukash's mobility, they're able to run plays like this. The option, Lukash will come out, fake the pitch, step right up inside. Of course, to defend the option is always assignment football. That time, Los Alamitos breaks down on the assignment. Lukash takes advantage of it with a big gain up the middle.
Out to first down at the 28-yard line, and Mater Dei is doing exactly what they wanted to do coming in. That's move the football quickly and early against the Griffs. Pretty good again, but that time, LaSalle tough between the tackles.
Tough between the tackles, Jim, is an understatement. Bernard Riley at 6'3", 308 in the middle, along with Sagan Tuatasi. We talk about they get a lot of publicity, these 2 defensive tackles. They are considered, Bernard Riley considered the best in the country. Sagan Tuatasi considered second best in the state, and that's only because the best plays on his own team.
And you notice right there, right side of your screen, Sagan Tuatasi was wearing number 69 as opposed to his normal 96. That's because both those guys will go on the offensive side of the ball. No gain, so it's 2nd and 10. Again from the 28. The fake. Rolling out, Lukash waits, and now he's going to have to eat it and take it out of bounds with him.
Well, that is the threat of Scott Lukash. He has the ability not only to be a great passer, very efficient at 66%, but he also provides an extra threat on the ground. Just play action pass. Mater Dei, of course, a very strong running team, so the play action pass and the play action fake should be there all night. Lukash makes a good decision when nobody is open. He tucks it in, runs, picks up positive yardage.
And Mater Dei is going to get a timeout right here. Maybe Lukash a little bit confused. Los Alamitos probably changing things up just a little bit. Los Alamitos coming in, maybe some different looks defensively, 3-, 4-man fronts. You want to confuse Mater Dei, obviously, but very sophisticated team, and Bruce Rollinson not going to get rattled.
Right, a very well-disciplined and well-oiled machine that Bruce Rollinson fields on offense. He's able to have his offense be able to function against the adjustments, and his coaches make great adjustments.
Got a reminder for you. It's the Sun City $1 Million Golf Challenge. Tiger Woods, Mark O'Meara, Davis Love, Ernie Els, Justin Leonard. Sounds like some decent hackers, isn't it? Golf's most elite field playing for the richest first prize in the game, the Sun City $1 Million Golf Tourney on Fox Sports Net, starting Sunday at 10 a.m. Back at Edison International. Now, No other stadium in the county big enough to handle this one. Number 1 and number 2 in Orange County, number 3 and number 4 in the state. Mater Dei always brings them in. Whether you love them or you hate them, you always like to watch. Blue Cash brings them to the line on a 3rd and 7. Fakes to Gilbert, has some pressure, throws in the flat. It's Gilbert again. Gilbert toes the chalk and gets inside the 20-yard line. Now he needs to get to the 18 for a first down.
Yeah, Gilbert able to get into the lineup and able to play. Good news for the Monarchs. He was questionable coming into the game. He had a previous injury in the playoffs, but he's out there playing. Looks like there might be a flag on the play.
Well, the officials got together and talked about something.
A little blocking below the waist, maybe a chop block.
Penalty against Mater Dei.
And Gilbert was right near the stick, so Rollo can't be happy about that. It's going to back him up, and it's going to be another 3rd down. This time it's going to be much longer.
Well, field position very important in this game, Jim. As you know, in all big games, field position will be a key tonight for both teams. Right now, Mater Dei looks like they're able to move the ball pretty effectively on the ground, but they're going to need a big play here with 3rd and 23.
3rd down and 23. Millhouse to the right. Aguilar to the left for Mater Dei. Lukash again fakes to the deep man. Grudiga steps up, great protection all day. Goes deep across the middle, just off the fingertips of his receiver. It was Aguilar, but Los Al some good coverage.
Yeah, excellent defensive coverage. Los Alamitos went to a 1-man free. They had the free safety free in the middle, but man coverage underneath. Lukash tried to go to Aguilar, cutting across the middle, but Cherry was in excellent position on the coverage.
Brian New comes in to kick it away for Mater Dei. A pretty good start for the Monarchs. They moved the football, but that penalty really hurt the cause. Keenan Howry is back, and Keenan Howry is very dangerous. We talked with Barry Shearer, the defensive coordinator for Los Al, before the game, and he said he thinks number 15 is going to have a pretty good night. Here's his first opportunity. Mater Dei wisely kicks it away from him. And out of bounds. Oh, we've gotten a glimpse at Mater Dei, but the Los Al offense coming up when we come back. Los Al and Mater Dei on the game of the week. Okay.
Yeah, and Keys, half.
Yeah, when are we doing the keys? Okay.
No problem.
That's fine. That's fine.
How'd you get in? How'd you get in? Oh, you guys got to go down and find her.
We're talking Chevrolet.
I bought an Astra van because of the safety, the reliability. It's a nice-looking van. It's big. It's roomy. It's got a lot of power.
I love this van. This is our family limousine.
99 Chevy Astra. Now get special low financing and save over $2,000. Over $2,000. We're talking exceptional value at your California Chevy dealers today.
We're talking a complete family van.
In California today, we're talking Chevrolet.
Back at Edison Field on Fox Sports West 2, it's the game of the week. Jim Watson, John Jackson, and Allison Seaton down on the sideline for us. Mater Dei and Los Alamitos. Ryan Hansen, the 6'3", 200-pound senior who leads Orange County in passing over 3,000 yards, but an incredible touchdown-to-interception ratio, 30-2. And both of those picks came in the same game. Los Al opens on the ground. Vandermeer was there. So was Mitchell. Gonna hear those names all night, aren't we? For Los Alamitos, the line has done an outstanding job this season with just one returning starter from a year ago. That's the right guard, Greg Rodriguez. The receivers, one of the best in the school's storied history of great receivers. Howry is the best of the bunch, tops in the Orange County with 1,300 yards, 17 touchdowns. The key could be Josiah Dopey, the tailback, who wears number 2. Hansen to throw for the first time. Throws one out, receiver, and the cornerback gets tangled up. Howry wants a flag. All he's going to get is some sympathy.
Well, that's a good no call. Booth was in great position. Howry just inadvertent contact.
And Mike Booth right with Howry step for step, and that's saying something because Howry is blurry fast. Defensively, for Mater Dei, they've been exceptional in the playoffs. Give several different looks to 3- and 4-man fronts. Linebackers led by Kevin Mitchell, a 2-time All-State player, and he plays like somebody owes him money. The secondary, there's Grudigut again. At 100 tackles 2 years in a row, and he hits very hard. He's caused 5 fumbles this season. Hansen with a 3rd and 12 now from his own 24. Checks off to his receivers. Turns and gives to Dobie. Mater Dei stacks him up right there. Dustin Davis, the first guy in for the Monarchs.
Well, that's a surprising conservative call for Los Alamitos. A very big play offense, 4-receiver offense. As you know, they average 16.5 yards per completion, but that time choosing to go with the draw.
Well, John Barnes will go very deep in the playbook before this night is over. Lots of different looks, these guys. Chris Louie to kick it away for Los Al. Gibson is back for Mater Dei, stands at his own 40. Signals fair catch and retreats inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. Well, just kind of the first round, JJ. A few jabs, just flicking it a little bit, getting the distance down, starting to feel each other just a bit.
Well, some keys to victory for the Monarchs tonight. They need to control the ball. That'll keep Los Alamitos offense off the field, disrupt the timing of the Los Alamitos offense. 4-receiver offensive set relies a lot on timing, and of course, big game experience. Mater Dei has been here many times before in the 90s. They need to come up with that quote-unquote Mater Dei mystique again tonight.
If you like numbers, there's a couple for you. Mater Dei's offense averaging 31 points a game this year, and Los Al's defense allowing just over 16. Mater Dei now goes from the eye. 5 guys up front now for Los Al. Very long count for Lukash, maybe too long.
Penalty markers.
Los Alamitos did a lot of stemming on the defensive line. They changed the front on Mater Dei, forcing Lukash to try to change the play while he was trying to check out and go to his list of options, delay a game.
JJ, already a couple of times during the telecast, we've talked about how well these two teams know each other. Rawlinson and Barnes, they've seen each other many times. Both of these teams are similar. They give you some of the same looks.
Exactly, and that's why these are such top-notch programs to play for. Very difficult, very complex schemes on both sides of the ball.
Junior Palacios now in at the tailback position for Mater Dei. He stands 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage and takes the handoff, breaks it to the outside. Palacios has good wheels, but he slips.
Palacios, the ball carrier.
Well, Palacios, a great compliment to Grudigut. A slashing type runner, very quick. Get a chance to hear he gets into the hole, breaks to the outside, and that's what Junior Palacios brings to this Mater Dei offense. Some slashing, quick, darting type style of running. A perfect compliment to Matt Grudigut.
Grudigut is back in there. There's numbers on Palacios, just under 500 yards this year. Struggled just a bit this season. He's a junior. He will be the featured guy next year. And some movement on the Los Al front. Look like Mike Hill, number 99, the defensive end.
Nice job by Scott Lukash fluctuating the count, forces Hill to jump offside. And that'll be a first down after Mater Dei was faced with the 1st and 15. Really one play, and then all of a sudden the offside penalty for Los Alamitos to give him a first down.
Lukash, who reads well, JJ, and will audibilize tonight, has taken his time at the line of scrimmage, and that's a senior. Big game, don't make a mistake. Wait for it to come to you. Millhouse on a quick out.
Yeah, it's just an incredible job that Scott Lukash has done this year for Mater Dei. His first season as a starting quarterback, we talked about at the top. Chance to look at the play. Millhouse just runs it out. Nice square out. Lukash puts the ball right on the money. Good cover by Brandon Cherry. There's really nothing you can do there. That was nice coverage, but a nice throw and catch.
Millhouse over 1,000 yards on the year, 16 touchdowns, and he averages about 23 yards a catch. 2nd down and 4 from midfield. Delayed handoff to Grudigut, who breaks the first tackle and gets down the sideline. Grudigut out of bounds. They're going to mark him back at the 33-yard line. This is a very special young man. Bruce Rawlinson has had a lot of talented football players coming through the Santa Ana campus. He says this guy is different.
Yeah, and Grudigut brings the combination of physical toughness and speed. You get a chance to see him turn the corner, and get up the sidelines, Jim. And as you mentioned, a very special player. Plays both ways and probably will not come off the field tonight very often. Just a couple breaks on offense here and there.
Here's how good he is. One of the Mater Dei boosters told me he would have got a scholarship as a sophomore to college. Palacios over the right side. And Junior's all fired up.
Yeah, Junior Palacios, the chance we had to cover them earlier this year against De La Salle. He was the starting tailback. Averages 5.8 per rush this season.
Palacios, the ball carrier.
Having an effective year, but Matt Grudegood has come on so strong for Mater Dei. That's why he is the starter.
Yeah, it's not so much that Junior hasn't done the job. It's that Grudegood is doing the job and then some. Lukash, the option, the pitch back. Grudegood, he's got all kinds of space. Takes it in, then cuts it out. And a good open field tackle, or that could have been much, much worse for Los Alamitos. Jared Ball, who fought off a blocker to make the hit.
Yeah, that was an outstanding play by Ball.
Los Alamitos.
Lukash goes to the option and makes the pitch out to Grudegood. There's a lot of open field with a blocker in front of him, but you see Ball just shed the receiver and make a punishing tackle on Grudegood. Outstanding play by Jared Ball.
Well, that's closing the door in a hurry because there was some space out there.
Yeah, and Ball actually is second on the team in defensive points. He's been making big plays all year for Los Alamitos.
3rd and 3 for Mater Dei. Palacios the tailback. Aguilar in motion. They go to Junior. Good trap blocking. Junior shifts back down to the 10-yard line. First down, Monarchs.
Boy, he's quick and dangerous, isn't he, Jim? But you got to give credit up front. The big guys up front getting it done. Lenny Vandermeide, Dan Owen, Mike Tritz, the left side of that Mater Dei Monarch offensive line really opened up a hole. Great vision by Palacios. And, of course, the slashing style, very quick and very tough to bring down.
Good job by Palacios to follow some downfield blocks. Brian McKnight, number 66, was out there working on his guy, and Palacios just run behind him. It's a first down. They mark it officially at the 11-yard line. And again on the ground, Grudegood, stutter steps, spins in the middle, wrapped up and thrown to the turf by Sagan or Tuatasi.
Grudegood, the ball carrier.
Well, that's going to be a big matchup up front all night long. Tuatasi and Riley, the big guns in the middle, the twin towers for Los Alamitos. Chance to look at his quickness right now. That's what he's known for. Sagan and Tuatasi, great quickness, and that time a nice job of bringing down Grudegood.
Tuatasi and Riley, the two 300-pounders up front for Los Al, and they're both on their way to SC, but they'd like to come back and play one more high school football game next week right here at the Big House. Barnes, Mater Dei tie.
We're talking Chevrolet.
Bought an Astra van because of the safety, the reliability. It's a nice-looking van. It's big. It's roomy. It's got a lot of power.
I love this van. This is our family limousine.
99 Chevy Astro. Now get special low financing and save over $2,000. Over $2,000. We're talking exceptional value at your California Chevy dealers today.
We're talking a complete family van.
In California today, we're talking Chevrolet.
I used to worry about having to be in several places at once, but then Mrs. Claus hooked me up with AirTouch service, and now I can get everything done and still have time for me. That's when I stopped weight gaining and started weight training with the elves.
Right now, AirTouch service starts at just $14.99 a month, including 500 free night and weekend minutes.
I'm not going to get stuck in some chimney this year.
Visit an AirTouch store or call 1-800-AirTouch.
Back at the Ed on Fox Sports West 2. It's the game of the week. Jim Watson, John Jackson, Allison Seaton on the sideline. Mater Dei knocking on the door. Barnes and Rollinson already locked up in the chess match. Two of the best in the state, two of the best in the country. Teams and coaches. Grudegood, left side. Grudegood, touchdown, Mater Dei.
Grudegood, the ball carrier.
Well, back to the left side. That is the strength for the Mater Dei Monarch offense, the left side of their line. Lenny Vandermeide really opened up a hole that time. Grudegood went in virtually untouched. What a big drive and a big momentum swing for the Monarchs.
Grudegood had a great game against Notre Dame last week. 3 touchdowns, 172 yards. And he opens the scoring tonight for the Red Machine. It's 6-0 Mater Dei. Ryan New, the extra point. Everybody kind of hesitates. Bangs it right through. Mater Dei in front, 7-0.
Extra point by
It's just a nice job by the offensive line. Watch the line of scrimmage. They really open up a big hole, but more importantly, they reestablish the line of scrimmage, Jim, down the field. And you see Grudegood really just had to slip one guy, and then it's onto the defensive back, and that's really a mismatch. Grudegood goes 6 feet, 195, and a ton of power.
8 plays, 67 yards, and about 3.5 minutes to do it. Lenny Vandermeer with a great block on that touchdown run, drove his guy all the way to the sideline.
Yeah, he is an awesome college prospect. He's considering SC and UCLA. That's his short list, and he has just been awesome all year. Even last year we had a chance to see him. He is the big gun up front for Mater Dei. When they need yards, they're going to go over the left side.
Time of the drive.
Grudegood, we talked about how special he is. The boosters, the guys who know the Mater Dei program, say that when he leaves, he's going to be one of the all-time greats, and that's saying something about Mater Dei. They put out so many big guys. They put out Heisman Trophy winners and pros. Grudegood's just a junior. He's got another campaign.
Right, and Mater Dei has been known for their physical offensive attack in years past. Last year, Mike McNair, of course. Grudegood brings that physicality back to the Monarchs.
LaSalle needs something to happen. They need to jumpstart things. They seem just a little bit flat right now. Maybe a little frustrated by Mater Dei. Three at the 1-yard line. Tries the left side. Grudegood is the guy who tackles him, at least first.
News kickoff taken by Cherry.
Nice return by Cherry.
Reminder for you every night on Fox Sports West 2. It's Fox Sports News Prime Time. All the scores, all the highlights, and of course all the breaking stories covering your hometown teams 7 nights a week. We are there. It's Fox Sports News Prime Time. It's tonight after the game. Fox Sports West 2.
It'll be first and 10
unimpressive the first time they had the rock. Let's see if Hansen and the Griffs can get it going. Right to the air. LaSalle loves to do these little slants inside to Howery, who had to reach up for it. And as a receiver, you don't like to put your hands over your head when you go across the middle, do you?
No, that's a very vulnerable position. But a nice catch by Keenan Howery.
Brought down by
Allison Seaton on the sideline for us. What do you have, Allie?
Well, Jim, Coach Barnes has taken a lot of heat for that quote we talked about at the top of the show, but he did have a nice thing to say about Mater Dei's defense. He told the Orange County Register, it seems like they have 13 guys out there on the field, and he's looking up at that 0 on the scoreboard. I know he wants to change that. Back to you.
Yeah, he would like to change that right now. His offense didn't look great starting out, but I'll tell you what, this Los Alamitos bunch can score them in a hurry. They go trips left and keep it on the ground. Dobie up the middle. J.J. Dobie could be a key tonight. Everybody talks about the passing game. You talk about Hansen, you talk about Howery, but number 2 can play a little.
Right, Dobie is an outstanding talent, and what he does, he brings balance to this Los Alamitos offense that they haven't had in years past. Of course, they've been known for their great passing attack, but Josiah Dobie has brought a running attack to Los Alamitos. That's made them so tough, and I know that John Barnes wants to get him started early.
Yeah, that's the extra that's going to take Los Al to the final if they can get past Mater Dei. Hansen play action. He wants Howery deep. Millhouse is there. Millhouse had a better shot at it than Howery did.
And that's going to be a great matchup all night. Keenan Howery against Kelvin Millhouse. They'll square off not only on both sides of the ball. Millhouse, of course, the big play threat for the Monarchs. That time they tried to lull Millhouse to sleep and go up top to Howery on the post, but Millhouse having nothing of it.
Great matchup, 2 of the county's best receivers. This time, Millhouse has been almost as good on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, Millhouse put himself in great position there and really shielded Keenan Howery off from the ball. Howery, very athletic, can go up and make those type of plays, but that's excellent position by Kelvin Millhouse.
Now that's a matchup you want to watch all night long. Kelvin Millhouse against Keenan Howery. Trips left now for Los Al on 3rd and 7. Hansen pressure from the left side. Spins around. Dustin Davis rides him down for a big loss.
Well, that was the wrinkle in the game plan that Bruce Wallace told us before the game. They know they have to put pressure on Ryan Hansen at times, not consistently, because he will burn you deep. That time, Mater Dei comes with the blitz off the left side, and Hansen's going to drop back and really have no chance to throw this ball. It was a jailbreak, as you see 2 Monarchs coming in on Hansen. He's able to elude them, but not for long. A nice defensive play call by defensive coordinator Eric Johnson for the Monarchs.
Yeah, Dusty Ishii was the other guy there early for Mater Dei, and then Matt Franz helped on the sack. So Mater Dei is going to get it right back, and again, Gibson signals a fair catch at about the 27-yard line. Well, so far it's going just the way Mater Dei would like it. They have kept that vaunted Los Al offense quiet, and they've been able to move the ball, and they've been able to do it on the ground offensively.
Right, they kept the ball, kept time of possession, and of course have the lead.
Well, the winner of this one will survive and come back a week from tonight. Long Beach Poly is already in the final. They beat Bishop Almont. We will be here as well. It's the ARCO AM/PM Game of the Week, Division I Championship. Great night of football next Saturday, 7 o'clock right here on Fox Sports West 2. You can make that, can't you?
Oh, I'll be here.
Right back at the Big Ed. Palacios saw some pressure on the left side, tried to cut it back, and 301 pounds called Sagan Tuatasi, the growing Samoan all over him.
Yeah, it's going to be tough yards up the middle for Mater Dei, but they're doing the right thing there, at least threatening the middle of Los Alamitos. Force those big guys to play a little bit. You don't want to completely avoid them. You want to go right at them, but this time, I think it's going to be Bernard Riley. Does a nice job of shedding the blocker, and that is what makes him so great, Jim. He has unbelievable quickness for a big man.
No gain, 2nd and 10. Ball knocked down to the line of scrimmage. Getting up the ladder was Gary Salgado. And this is a guy, well, because Riley and Tuatasi get all the headlines, maybe isn't getting his due. He's a good football player.
Yeah, they have a lot of great football players for Los Alamitos. I mean, you don't score an undefeated season without having a great defense. This time, pressure is going to come from the outside, but the nice job by Ball getting his hands up, able to knock down that pass before Lucas could get it off. That's a nice job by Los Alamitos bringing the blitz at an untimely manner.
That was Jared Ball. Salgado was just at his right. They were both there in the passing lane. Ball knocks it down. 3rd and 10 and whistles.
Penalty marker.
Mater Dei going to back up again. Rellis says pick it up a little bit. Lucas is taking his time, and I'm sure he's getting a lot of different looks from Los Alamitos. He's going through his checks, but you got to get the play out. You got to snap the football.
Right, you have to get up to the line so you can at least see the defense. That'll give you time to check off.
3rd and 15. Strophe again goes in motion. Could be the same play. Pump fakes to the right, comes back to the left. They got the screen set up. It's Grunegood. He's got Vandermeid in front of him. Stays on his feet, stood up, trying to fight for the first down marker. Now, there's no quit, number 6.
Yeah, it's a nice run by Grunegood, but you have to give credit to the safety, Keenan Howery. Grunegood had Vandermeid and Owens in front of him, 2 big linemen. They go 270 and 252. Howery able to dart in and get Grunegood by the legs to trip him up just enough until the cavalry came to bring him down.
And they got him in time. It's going to be 4th down. Mater Dei will have to punt.
Ball's marked short of the first down.
Howery's back again for Los Alamitos. You got to figure that Brian New is just going to keep it away from him. That's been the word from the sideline. This time he hits one a little bit low, and Howery has to come up and make a catch, a line drive, and a loose football. And the official says it's down. He's going to say no fumble, Los Alamitos football. Well, that ball, a little top spin on it, never really climbed very high. Howery came rushing in, signaled fair catch. Looked like he cradled it. Rollinson doesn't agree. He says, I think that's ours.
Yeah, Rollinson's going to have words for this one, but I know the official is going to rule that Keenan Howery caught the ball and had possession, and then the ball came out. He attempted to catch the ball with his knees on the ground. So if he ever had control of it, it would be dead at that spot. We'll take a look at it right here.
He's going to talk to Bill Jackson about it, see if he can see through the lift right there. Well, he catches the football and his knees are on the ground. It depends where you draw the line of possession. In high school football, just like college, catch the ball, your knees down, plays over.
Exactly. Coach Rollinson is questioning the fact that if he had possession. Come on! But what would a football game these days be without a little bit of controversy?
That's why everybody looks for the replay. Orala seems at least satisfied that he got his argument in. It's not going to change anything. Los Alamitos football. First down at the 33-yard line. The Griffs down 7-0.
Ball is marked on the 32-yard line.
Pretty good with the opening score for the Monarchs. Minute 21 to play in the first quarter. Josiah Dobie. Vandermeid spins him around. Drops him near the 35.
Los Alamitos going to have some big keys tonight in order to win this game. They need to establish the running game Coach Barnes has been trying to do that so far. They needed to be sound on special teams. Last week, Mater Dei blocked a kick, so they need to be very efficient, and almost a turnover by Keenan Howery that last time. And, of course, win the matchup. The matchup is up front with Gruda Good against the two big tackles for Los Alamitos, Riley and Atuatasi.
Quick throw to Howery, and a late hit. They're going to add on some yards here.
Well, the late hit is going to go against Ray Gilbert, but it's really just a play of aggression. Gilbert didn't realize that Howery was close to the sidelines. You know that every defender has their eyes focused on Howery anytime he touches the ball. That time he hit him a little late.
Well, Howery was actually knocked out of bounds by his own guy. It was Bernard Riley who's come in to play some offense. Watch Big 64 knock his own guy out.
With just a quick screen to Howery, and he's out of bounds there. And you see Gilbert come in and make the hit. I don't think it was a dirty play at all. Gilbert just didn't realize that Howery was out of bounds. And of course, Gilbert being a big hitter is going to send the 165-pound Keenan Howery flying into the sideline.
And some boos from around the edge.
First and 10 for the Griffins.
Well, they do respect each other, but that doesn't mean they have to like each other. It's a first down for Los Al. Hansen now with 4 receivers to choose from, and Dobie behind him. Short drop and the slant. It's Howery again. Breaks the initial tackle. Mitchell clips him from behind.
Hansen's pass complete to Howery.
Inside the 40.
Brought down by Itchy.
Well, that's the Los Al game. Those short little slants, little outs.
It is, because it's a ball control passing attack that Los Alamitos features. Not very big on going down the field for big plays, just control passes like that. And Ryan Hansen showing why he's thrown for 69% on the season. That ball is right on the money to Keenan Howery in between a lot of Mater Dei defenders.
And we talked about Lukash, but what about this guy Hansen? There's 2 picks, 30 touchdowns, and an offense that throws the ball all night long. They try to give it to Josiah Dobie. Dustin Davis is in there, but Mater Dei had 4 or 5 guys in there. Patterson also there.
Yeah, the front 7 for Mater Dei really playing a great first half so far.
Well, no secret that Los Al is trying to establish Josiah Dobie. If they get the running game going, well, that takes the pressure off the passing game and opens things up. A whole different game. But right now, it's 7-0 Mater Dei after 1 quarter.
Only Arco has PayQuick. It takes your cash or ATM card right on the island. It's fast, so you can get on with your day and be a little ahead of schedule. PayQuick, another reason there's no better gas than Arco.
Get ready to taste life for the first time, people.
Watch out now. You want to taste life? Then take a big swig of this new Pepsi One. This one's got it all. The most awesome cola taste. That's bigger than the Wild Blue Yonder. But only 1 calorie. You want to taste one? Yeah. You want one? Yeah. You want one? Get it.
You got one for me?
Put your tray table up and prepare for takeoff, my man.
New Pepsi One. Most men think that it makes more sense to rent a tuxedo than to buy one. After all, how many times can you use a tux? The fact is, more times than you think. Our tuxedos are 100% wool, fitted to you perfectly, and cost as little as a few rentals. But the best part of owning is, you know exactly who it was who wore it last.
The Men's Warehouse.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Call 1-800-7766.
Want to see a neat trick? All I do is push a button, and we have a whole new Ford Windstar. You can get dual remote sliding rear doors, new side impact airbags, and even a rear bumper that tells you how close you are.
The Windstar is just one of the reasons you'll want to visit your Ford dealer. It's our $19.99 grand opening, and there's never been more new things to see.
A woman had to have thought this up.
Football Game of the Week on Fox Sports West 2 is brought to you by AirTouch. It can change your life. Call 1-800-AIR-TOUCH. Back at Edison Field on Fox Sports West 2, it's the Arco AM/PM High School Football Game of the Week. Los Alamitos and Mater Dei. Monarchs and ran up 7-0 as we begin play in the second quarter. And Hansen maybe draws Mater Dei off.
Penalty marker.
Yeah, the right side of the Mater Dei defensive line jumped into the neutral zone a little bit early.
Penalty against the Monarchs.
Get a chance to see him jump right there, Jim. The fluctuation of the counts by the quarterbacks has been working effectively for both sides so far. That time in the neutral zone, round Fave.
2nd and 4.
Hansen with some pressure from behind. Tries to get away, tries to throw it. The ball's almost intercepted. Mater Dei wants the grounding, but you can see the official right there. Bill Jackson pointing at the receiver.
Pass incomplete.
A good effort by Hansen just to get rid of the rock.
Yeah, Hansen did a nice job. Dobie was actually in pass protection, and Hansen almost hit Dobie in the back with that pass. But the pressure from Mater Dei from Hansen's backside, exceptional. Fave once again turns the corner, able to put the pressure on Hansen. And you see he throws it right there to Dobie. Dobie was actually in pass protection, but he is a legal receiver.
And Mater Dei has what they call their jet end, and usually it's a guy about the size of Fave who's very fast. They bring him up and go 4 guys up front. He just blitzes the quarterback. Try to go shovel pass inside. That's an incomplete. Hansen again being harassed.
Well, the shovel pass is a way to counter all that pressure that Mater Dei is bringing. But that time the pressure was actually on Hansen before he could even get the shovel pass away. So give credit to the defensive front for the Monarchs. They're putting on outstanding pressure. Fave especially coming from that defensive end position.
Over at the Mater Dei practice on Wednesday, Bruce Rawlinson came over, and one of the things he said to us, JJ, that stood out, he said, you know why we're winning right now? Our defense is playing outstanding football.
Yeah, defense wins games for you in the playoffs. This being the 3rd season, his defense is coming up big.
It's 4th and 4 for Los Al. The quick slant across the middle. Incomplete. Mike Booth with the play for Mater Dei.
That was a nice play by Booth. Steve Shinen had that ball in his hands, but Booth right there able to jar it loose.
For the Monarchs.
Man-to-man coverage. Mater Dei is going to bring pressure on Hansen once again. Hansen delivers a strike right on the money, but Booth right there gets that left hand in to break it up. Shinen, though, should have came up with that catch.
Yeah, Shinen had it in his hands. It was ripped away by Mike Booth.
1st and 10.
Turnover on downs, and Mater Dei back on the offensive side with a 7-0 lead. Lukash, Jared Fain, and he's going deep. Millhouse, ball is knocked away. Both teams have tried to go deep. Trevor Hartley there for Los Alamitos, and he was just waiting for it.
Yeah, Hartley was playing center field, and actually that ball was thrown right in his hands, but give credit to Kelvin Millhouse. Play fake. Lukash going up top. Mater Dei likes to do that on change of possession. Trevor Hartley right in the middle of the field, but give credit to Millhouse. He actually turned into the defender on that play and broke it up. Otherwise, been an interception for Trevor Hartley.
Hartley gave Millhouse a little face plant on that one.
Trevor Hartley, an outstanding athlete, a great free safety, one of the best in Southern California.
Of course, Trevor's brother, Tony, one of the outstanding receivers for the University of Oregon Ducks. A great year. Here's the option. Grunegood tips it in the air and has to go back and get it. And a mouthpiece comes flying out.
Grunegood, the ball carrier.
Well, there are hard hits all over the field tonight. You can
well, you like that now up here. That's funny when you see that hitting up.
Oh, yeah. Now that I'm done playing all these big hits, I watch all that stuff now.
Grunegood does a good job just to keep possession here.
Yeah, Lukash actually had to pitch that ball probably a little bit early than he wanted to. But Grunegood, nice concentration, able to pull the ball in. Mouthpieces are flying, bodies are flying. That's all you can expect, though, in this semi.
Well, Grunegood's the guy who usually dishes it out, but you can see he can take it there, too. That was his mouthpiece that came flying out of there. 3rd and 7 for Mater Dei. Lukash, sideline. Millhouse, incomplete. And it's 4th down.
I know Millhouse wishes he had that pass back. Lukash did a nice job that time. Looking off the free safety, came back to the weak side and delivered a strike to Millhouse. He just couldn't come up with the catch.
See, there's the senior talking to a guy who's been on campus for a decade. No problem. Let's chat about it. Correct it for next time.
And how about the job that Scott Lukash has done in his first season as a starter? Come in, learn a sophisticated system, and lead his team to the semifinals in his first season as a starting quarterback.
Yeah, that's a good point. Neither of these offenses are easy to grasp. Both guys, Hansen and Lukash, had to wait till their senior seasons to start. Howery, another fair catch. I would like to see him return one tonight.
Well, Mater Dei is not going to give him a chance. You notice the punts are very high, forcing Keenan Howery to fair catch. That's his second fair catch of the night.
Tuesdays on Fox Sports West, Ronnie Lott, Bill Moss, and Ron Pitts show you the real NFL, the hardcore X's and O's, hardcore blood, sweat, and tears, hardcore football for the hardcore fan. It's hardcore football. Tuesday at 8 o'clock on Fox Sports West. We're getting it on here right now, too, a little bit.
Yeah,
the defenses.
The way these two teams are playing, I'm sure Ronnie Lott would appreciate the way they're going at it right now.
Barnes trying to stay patient and just wait for the opportunity. Hansen faked the Dolby. Now we're giving the second guy through. Ryan Godfrey coming off the right side. Allison Seaton on the sideline for us with maybe some answers to what's wrong with the Los Al offense, at least so far.
Well, Jim, before they took the field, Ryan Hansen was over here yelling at his offense on the sideline, saying, guys, this is the biggest games of our lives, and we are playing like we don't even care. We are looking like fools out there. Let's get it going right now. He was very animated, yelled at him for a good 2 straight minutes. So let's see if they can turn it around on this drive.
Allie, I think he's right. I think Los Al is playing kind of flat. What do you think, JJ?
Yeah, they are. They typically this season has come out on fire using the short passing game. Tonight, no success.
Hansen lays one out for Howery, but he's looking over the inside shoulder. Hansen went over the outside shoulder. Well, Hansen is the senior. He's the quarterback. It's his job to step up and grab some guys by the face mask and get in their face.
Right, that's a nice job because the senior is responsible for leadership. Of course, every player has to look into Ryan Hansen's eyes on every play call, so it's important for him to show good leadership.
Well, he's only 33% tonight, but he's much better than that. Usually about 69%. He's had one ball dropped. 3rd and 8. There comes the pressure. Trying to set up the screen. He fakes it. Now he's got some extra time. Mitchell coming right at him. Throws on the sideline. And nobody was there. And now a flag back at the 26-yard line. Well, Milhouse was chasing, or excuse me, Mitchell was chasing Hansen. And I wonder after Hansen released the football if Mitchell didn't let up.
Yeah, an interesting call. Mater Dei that time comes with a zone blitz. Los Al was trying to set up the screen, but Josiah Dobie was covered the whole way.
Well, I think Hansen was over the line of scrimmage when he threw it. There were no linemen there, so I knew it wasn't a hold, so it either had to be on Hansen or Mitchell. It's not often the quarterback gets called for a penalty when he's throwing a ball. Over the line of scrimmage, so not only back him up, but also lost it down, so it's 4th down. The Los Al offense manages to lose 7 yards out of all that.
Marks the ball on the 18-yard line.
And also very unique for Los Alamitos. Ryan Hansen is the long snapper, so he stays in the game, the long snap to the punter.
Hansen was the long snapper in this game last year, played a little special teams. Tonight, the starting quarterback. Good kick away, Robbie Gibson. Starts to his left side and driven back and drilled. A.K. Keys. Now that woke you up a little bit, didn't it? Brings the folks in the blue to their feet for the first time in a long time. It's Mater Dei. It's 7-0.
Man, it's crowded down there.
Really good game.
Oh!
You don't need this. Give me that. Thank you.
Listen, this is the patented, officially licensed NCAA football seat cushion called Don't Just Stand There, Hold On to Your Seat. It has a pocket for your program. You can write a sign, erase it, and write a new one.
Is there one for junior colleges? And how about high school football?
We can't leave those fans out.
Well,
Where can we buy one?
Just call 1-800-219-8346. Operators are standing by. Call now. Apply your favorite team decal here. All this comfort and convenience for only $19.95.
Ed, I think our work is done.
Remember, after every big play, don't just stand there. Hold on to your seat.
Welcome back to Fox Sports West 2, your region of Fox Sports Nets. Our coverage of the Arco AM/PM High School Football Game of the Week. We are at Edison International Field in Anaheim. Jim Watson, John Jackson, Allison Seaton doing the legwork for us down on the sideline. And the Griffs, so far, had their noses a little bit out of joint, down 7-0 and unable to get anything going offensively. You got to give some credit to the Mater Dei defense.
Yeah, give credit to the defense and the defensive coaching staff. Great job so far.
Palacios. Junior spins through the middle. Another nice pickup.
Palacios.
JJ made a comment during the break. He said this is a Mater Dei type of game. What does that mean?
Well, the low scoring is what Mater Dei wants. Los Alamitos, very high-powered offense. They light up scoreboards. Mater Dei wants to keep a low-scoring game, keep control of the ball, and, of course, grind it out against Los Alamitos.
Rollinson said his coaching staff, they're big game coaches. That's what he told us. He knows what he's talking about. They've played in so many big games just over the last 4 or 5 years. Good to have you with us. Jim Watson, John Jackson, Allison Seaton. And Mater Dei making it happen right now. Palacios. Junior's having a night. We're not half done.
He is having a night. If there's a weakness to this Los Al defense, it is that. It's the run on the perimeter. Mater Dei will notice they'll attack outside the tackles. Palacio this time just off tackle, a stretch play. He's able to get outside to the perimeter of the defense, turn it upfield, and that slashing, darting style gets into the secondary.
Good downfield blocking. Fain, Aguilar, a couple other guys. Dan Owens got out of there. One of the offensive linemen got downfield, put a helmet on somebody. 60 yards right for Palacios in just 5 carries. Lukash back to the air. Overthrows the tight end, Fain. Mater Dei shuffling the deck a little bit now. You flash Palacios a couple times in a row, and you get Los Al thinking run, and you break out the tight end.
Right, very important for Mater Dei to stay balanced on offense so that Los Al cannot key on them or any specific tendencies. On the season, they have been very balanced. 2,100 yards rushing, 2,200 yards passing, so they've been getting it done in the air and on the ground.
2nd down and 10 now. Pat Cope out wide right for Mater Dei. Good from the eye. Grudegood, the deep man. Matt Grudegood tries the left side. Stutter steps, bounces it out, and drops his head and runs over Keenan Howery at the 20-yard line, and then fires into the end zone, but they say Grudegood stepped out of bounds.
But I'll tell you, Jim, what an impressive run by Matt Grudegood. He's going to step out of bounds, but boy, what a punishing run.
Grudegood goes 6 feet, 195 pounds. Howery's not a big guy, but this is a huge hit on both sides.
He stepped out right there, and look at him just run over Keenan Howery. Howery only 165, has no chance against Grudegood. Fortunately, he stepped out of bounds.
Stuff it back in the middle. It was 3rd down and a long, too, maybe 3 yards.
We talked to defensive coordinator Barry Shearer. He expected Mater Dei to go to the ground tonight. They saw the game against Esperanza. Esperanza had some success on the ground against Los Al, so he expected that from Mater Dei, and right now Mater Dei is having some good success running the ball.
Yeah, Los Al shut down Esperanza's passing game and got about 250 yards on the ground. There's your total numbers right now. Mater Dei 167 yards. You can see Los Al's offense has been quiet. Palacios on 4th down. And that'll be plenty.
Well, it would have been about a 37-yard field goal attempt, so I know Bruce Rollinson likes his chances, especially with the way that Mater Dei is running the ball here in the first half. It's really a no-brain decision for Rollo. Goes right back to the ground. Palacios, 1st down, Mater.
Saw Palacios
16-yard line.
red signal 1st down. All the way down to the 16-yard line. Now, if Mater Dei is able to put another one in the end zone, Can't imagine that Los Alamitos has been down by 14 points any time this season. Interesting to see how the Griffs would react to that. Grudigan cuts back. Third ball came up to hit him.
Grudigan, the ball carrier.
About the 10-yard line. He spills inside that down to the 8.
And this is a typical Mater Dei game. This is what they want to do. They want to pound the ball at their opponent. Not only does that control the ball, keep the opponent off the field, but in the fourth quarter, the conditioning factor starts to come into play. And remember, Tuatasi and Raleigh are playing both ways for Los Al. This kind of beating is very tough on them.
Nice rotation for Mater Dei. It's Grudigan, and then it's Palacios. Junior is in there now. Junior Palacios. Big hole up the middle. Palacios lowers his head and dives in the end zone. Touchdown, Mater Dei.
Palacios, touchdown, Mater Dei.
Great run, great vision, Junior Palacios, but you got to give credit to the big hogs up front. Tritt, McKnight, Keys, Owens, and Vandermeid opening up holes the entire drive. That time they go over the center. Mike Tritt, probably the strongest player on the Monarchs. Palacios able to take it into the end zone.
Hey, two totally different runners in Grudigan and Palacios, but the same result from moving the ball right down the gut of Los Al's defense.
Exactly, makes it very tough on the defense to try to stop a power runner like Grudigan and then come back and have to stop a quick splashing runner like Palacios. The 1-2 punch working.
Brian Newell, the extra points.
Extra point by
Lifts it over the screen into the crowd. It's 14-0 Mater Dei. Well, I just mentioned it. How do you think Los Alamitos is going to react down 14-0? It's the #3 team in the state. Don't expect them to panic. It's still 6.5 minutes to go in the first half.
We'll take a look at the hole and watch the cutback by Palacios. Does a nice job of seeing the hole. I mean, how could he not see that hole? Mac Truck could have went through there. Junior Palacios touchdown. But to answer your question, Jim, you're right. Los Al has not been put in his position all year. It's an uphill struggle for John Barnes and his team. But remember, a very senior-driven team. Very experienced. 11 seniors on offense, 9 on defense. They will not panic in this situation. They'll come back and make a run. Fortunately for them, they are a passing team. They'll put the ball in the air, ball control offense. They don't have to change a thing.
Rawlinson and Mater Dei, they've come in with a pretty strong package. They've done pretty much what they've wanted offensively, and they've been able to stop the Los Alamitos air attack.
And I think that has been the difference today. The defensive schemes that Mater Dei has thrown at Ryan Hansen and Los Al have been very sophisticated and confused them up until this point, forcing him to only complete about 30% of his passes.
Keys and Shuri back deep for Los Al. One skipping through the infield dirt, collected. A.K. Keys to the 20. Los Al looks tentative.
Kickoff is taken by Keys.
Big games bring back the big names from the past. Allison Seaton is down on the sideline with a former legend.
They sure do bring him out. This is David Gibson, linebacker for USC. His younger brother, Robbie, is a special teamer, and I wanted to kid him a little bit because I saw him cringe when Robbie took a shot returning a punt, or not really returning it. Are you going to talk to him about that?
Yeah, I tried to find him just now on the sideline. I couldn't find him. There's a sea of red out there, but he needs to get a couple more moves in there before he gets tackled.
Let's talk a little bit about SC. You didn't break the streak against UCLA, but you got a nice shutout against Notre Dame. How did that make the defense feel?
I mean, that's, you want to end the year on a good note and be able to get a shutout. It was the first shutout for us the whole year. Actually, it was the only shutout out of any defense in the Pac-10, so it was a big plus for us.
Your backfield mate, Chris Claiborne, gets a lot of pub, and rightfully so. But you got a little bit slighted by the Pac-10, named honorable mention. Are you kind of upset that they didn't give you the credit you deserve?
I made honorable mention my sophomore year, so I was hoping maybe to get up, the level, maybe second team. But, anything, that's great. As long as we have a positive season. We're 8-4. That's all I can ask for.
Well, good luck in the bowl game, and I know you'll be getting some honors as the years go by. Back to you, Jim.
All right, Allie, thank you very much. David Gibson, of course, former Mater Dei star. Now doing it for the Trojans up at the Coliseum. Los Al on the option, and Dobie has nowhere to go, and he just has not had any space. Not yet.
Yeah, they are corralling Dobie, and talking to Coach Boston before the game, that's how you have to attack Los Al. You have to stop Dobie first, and then work with the other things. So far, they've kept Dobie under contain. Once again, the option, and see, Mater Dei has 2 guys assigned to the option, one for the quarterback and one for Dobie. That's sound defense, Jim. They're doing a nice job defensively, mixing up the scheme.
Dustin Davis, number 40 there, pops out. He looks like he's playing basketball. Just playing a little man and ball right there, steps out. After the quarterback is forced to pitch it back, he goes and gets Dobie. Another long third down situation for Los Al. Short drop, and here comes the blitz. And Hansen just throws it almost right into the face mask of Chris Trifon, the linebacker for Mater Dei. The guys were hanging all over Hansen again. He didn't have his first option.
Yeah, it looked like his arm might have been hit on that throw, but I'll tell you, it wouldn't have made any difference. Mater Dei, great coverage down the field. Three-step drop by Hansen.
For Los Al.
Never got that ball up, as you mentioned. Trifon right there to make the play. And right now, Los Al's offense struggling. We've had a chance to see them twice this year, and we have never seen them look this inept on offense.
We've seen them blow some people out this year. Close to 100 points in the couple games that we saw. Robbie Gibson back. This ball, I don't know what happened. Chris Kluwe turned around after he kicked it. It's going to turn out okay, but he turned around and looked down at the dirt as if maybe he caught his toe just a little bit. A no return on the kick. It's been all Mater Dei. It's 14-0. Barnes and the Griffs trying to figure it out.
I used to worry about having to be in several places at once, but then Mrs. Claus hooked me up with AirTouch service, and now I can get everything done and still have time for me. That's when I stopped weight gaining and started weight training with the elves.
Right now, AirTouch service starts at just $14.99 a month, including 500 free night and weekend minutes.
I'm not going to get stuck in some chimney this year.
Visit an AirTouch store or call 1-800-AirTouch.
AM/PM is proud to be the official convenience store of the Pac-10 conference.
Hey, these hot dogs look good. What's that?
Back at the Ed on Fox Sports West 2, Jim Watson, John Jackson, Allison Seaton as Mater Dei leads Los Al in the D1 semifinal. It's 14-0 with 5 minutes to play in the first half. It has been all Mater Dei, and they've been controlling the line of scrimmage, JJ.
They've been controlling the line of scrimmage and doing exactly what they wanted to do coming into the night. They wanted to run the ball effectively. They've done that all night. It's been Palacios, it's been Grudegood, it's been Lou Cash. They've done it all. They couldn't have wrote a better script in the first half.
Now it's 14-0 as both Grudegood and Palacios ring the bell. And Los Al got to be getting frustrated. They've done nothing on offense. Mater Dei's football again. Palacios.
Ball carrier Palacios.
You know, Jim, coming into the night, you had two teams with two different styles on offense, one passing, one running. And in big games like this, it's whoever can execute their game plan. Right now, Mater Dei doing a great job. And look at the stats. You could have never thought that this would happen. Mater Dei with 150-yard total offense. Los Alamitos -6.
Los Al's in the red, so to speak. -6. A deep pitch. Grudegood cuts inside. Fain with a good block. Kick out. Down to the 40.
Grudegood ball carrier.
Hartley there. Rollinson and Mater Dei left to put another one in, taking 21-0 lead into the tile.
Yeah, that's just incredible, especially from a team last week that rolled up 42 points versus a very good Fontana team. So Los Alamitos really in trouble now. The defense really, and they've been on the field the entire first half.
Scotty Lukash doing a good job with the cadence right now, the rhythm of this Mater Dei offense. Hands back, Palacios. And Palacios is getting big yards every time he carries it.
Well, Mater Dei doing a great job of exposing the edges of that Los Al defense. Of course, they have the big guns in the middle. But Coach Ralston told us before the game he wanted to expose the edges. This time he does a nice job. Palacios getting through the hole, back outside. Los Alamitos going to have to commit an extra defender to the line to stop this offense.
JJ Grudegood and Palacios are doing it right now. They're both juniors.
They'll be back next year. What a scary thought.
That's Grudegood. And again, big yards for Mater Dei, but a flag back at the 30-yard line. Well, Fain got tangled up with a couple of the Griffs and maybe blocked one of them in the back.
You know, we talked about how impressive both programs are, Mater Dei and Los Al. We thought last year with the loss of Mike McNair, there might be a void at running back for Mater Dei, but as you see, the cupboard is never bare at either one of these schools. Matt Grudegood has stepped in nicely.
Well, it's an old saying, but in Mater Dei, they don't rebuild, they just reload. 71 yards on 11 carries. Hey, you'll take that 6.5 every night.
Exactly. If they can get their tailback between Grudegood and Palacios, 30-plus carries tonight, they will be doing their job because they will run the ball and be effective and also wear down this Los Al defense.
You know, they're running the same plays with Palacios and Grudegood, but because they're such different runners, different looks for Los Al. Stumpy in motion. Pump fake. There's that screen they like to set up. Grudegood, and a great read right there. Paul Publico, the linebacker, was all over it. Publico did a nice thing there, JJ. A lot of guys might have reached up to try to get the interception. He made the play first.
Exactly. Publico did a nice job, first of all, recognizing the screen. Mater Dei will fake the screen to the right. You see Lucas pump fake, but Publico not fooled by that. He has his assignment. He has his man. He stays right on Grudegood. Does a nice job of wrapping him up before he can even make the catch.
Publico not a guy that gets a lot of headlines because of the two big guys in front of him, Riley and Atuatasi, but make no mistake, he can play. Lucas again looks to the left side. Tries to go for Aguilar, but out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, this plays right into Los Al's hands. The strength of their defense is their secondary. Cherry, Hartley, Howry, and Keys. If they can force Mater Dei in situations like this, third and long situations, they're able to move Mater Dei to their strength, and that, of course, is the secondary where they can make some big plays.
I think this is the longest third down Mater Dei's had all night. Maybe one other. 3rd and 20 right now. Ball at the 40-yard line. Lucas going for Millhouse, who comes back and makes the catch. The ball is on the turf. They're going to call it incomplete.
Intended for Millhouse.
I'll tell you, that was excellent cover by A.K. Keys. He was right on Millhouse. Millhouse almost came back and made a nice adjustment to come up with that catch. Millhouse just couldn't hold on. It's just going to be a fade route. Lucas is going to look off. They're in a two-man look. Keys right there on him. Nice adjustment, a nice effort by Millhouse to come back and almost come up with that catch.
Howry stands back at the 10-yard line for Los Al. He's fair caught every punt that's come to him. I don't think he's going to get a chance at this one. I'll drop down inside the 10, and that one doesn't need any help. That's a great punt.
Well, we knew coming in tonight, Mater Dei's strength, one of their strengths was their special teams, and right now the punting is putting Los Al in very tough field position.
Brian New with a great punt for Mater Dei, all the way down to the 3-yard line. Well, Los Al has had absolutely nothing tonight, but it was a much, much different story a week ago. Last week in the quarterfinals, Los Al dominated a very good Fontana team. We've seen them, and it was the usual suspects for the Griffs. Keenan Howry with this 36-yard interception return for the touchdown. 21-6 Griffin lead, and then Josiah Dobie, the 33-yard touchdown burst right through the Steelers' defense. Griffs advance with a 42-12 victory. And not tonight. Los Al's had nothing. Dobie stood up, driven back at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Jim, Los Al made it look easy last week against Fontana, and that's a quality team. We had a chance to see them early in the year versus Long Beach Poly, a very good team, the Fontana Steelers. After the game, Coach John Barnes called that the best effort so far by his team, the best they played all year. I know he could wish he could get some kind of flow from his team tonight because they are not coming out with the same fight.
He sends Ryan Hansen back into the huddle. Dobie, 1,400 yards on the season coming in, but nothing tonight. And it's not his fault. Mater Dei with a good package. Hansen to throw. Goes for Howry, and Howry made an adjustment and a flag. Well, Howry had to fight off the man to come back and get it. Mike Booth on the coverage, and Booth has done a good job on Howry, but maybe too good that time.
Right, well, Booth was in good position, but when Keenan Howry went to make the adjustment to the football, they got tangled up a little bit. I thought it might have been inadvertent contact by Booth on the outside, but the referee didn't think so. Hanson's going to drop back. He's going to have Howery on the fade, trying to get it in between the zones. And Howery's going to try to make the adjustment to the inside. The contact was before that shot right there. The fans for Mater Dei obviously don't like it.
Yeah, because you couldn't see it, but there was one guy who saw it. John Barnes was on the sideline. He was already pointing. He didn't even watch to see if Howery came up with the football. He right away looked at the official and pointed at the spot. LaSalle gets the call, and they get a first down.
They'll spot the ball at the 18-yard line.
Right now, you think the Griffs will take any help they could get. Hanson will heat up. Fakes the dummy and goes across the middle. That ball tipped and intercepted. Trifon. Chris Trifon has been the unsung hero for Mater Dei's defense. He came in for Kevin Mitchell early in the year when Mitchell was hurt, and he played so well they had to keep him in the starting 11.
Yeah, Trifon came in as you mentioned, and he has not been out of the lineup since, but what a catch by Trifon. He's going to step into the passing lane. Hanson trying to dump it to his receiver over the middle. Trifon does a nice job of not only getting his hands on the ball, but have enough concentration and poise about him to come up with the interception. A big interception. Trifon only goes 5'9", 160, but a nice play right there.
Nice mitts on the big fella. Played it off his face and everything. Stayed right with it.
Shoot, they might move him to tight end after that play. Sorry about that, Chris. He's 5'8", 190. I don't want to short him. Decent-sized linebacker. He's very quick. He's been making all the plays as he's been in the starting lineup, and a big interception there.
And a big grin to go with it. Second down and 5 for Mater Dei. Ball at the 22-yard line. Bain in motion. Usually they go left side on that. Through to good.
Well, Jim, they continue to wear out the left side, specifically that perimeter of that left side defense with Rudiger and Palacios. No matter if it's the short side of the field or the wide side, they've had tremendous success over Lenny Vanderman.
Eaton and Barnes still no answers on the LaSalle sideline. Right now they need their defense to stand up. 14-0. Time winding down in the first half. About 43. From the eye. 3rd and 2 of Palacios. That time LaSalle gets some penetration. Stephen Merriweather, the tackle for the Griffs.
Nice play by Merriweather. But they're going to bring up another first down.
Here's what's coming up for you at the break. Take a look at Long Beach Poly and the Four Horsemen. They have so many great athletes. Take a look at the final numbers from the playoffs. First half stats and highlights from this semifinal here at the Ed. First down. Lukash to throw. Going on the fade. Millhouse in the corner. Touchdown.
Oh, that is just an unbelievable effort by Kelvin Millhouse. A.K. Keys on the coverage was in excellent position. He just never looked back for the ball, and Millhouse went up and made an outstanding catch.
Well, the officials took forever to call this one. I think they wanted to both make sure that Kelvin Millhouse had indeed made the catch.
Well, it took me a little while to realize that he made the catch. That was an outstanding play. Millhouse going up over A.K. Keys for the touchdown.
Brian New now a chance to make it 21-0 Mater Dei. And he does. Well, you don't want to just jump on the Mater Dei bandwagon, but I've seen this so many times growing up in Southern California. Mater Dei comes to play in the big games.
Yeah, they have definitely showed up tonight. But the coverage by A.K. Keys, outstanding. Millhouse just goes up and makes the play.
Yeah, what can you do there?
In any case, the only thing A.K. probably could have done is try to get his head turned around so he could try to make a play on the ball. But Millhouse, give credit to him. He went up and made a great adjustment, a great catch.
Just over a minute on the scoring drive. And Lukash, a pretty good toss, too. He put it where his receiver could go and get it. Kelvin Millhouse, of course, early in the year made headlines, a transfer from Fountain Valley. And well, his old school wasn't real happy with that transfer, but he stayed at Mater Dei, and to his credit, learned a very sophisticated offense in a short time, and now has become a big part of it.
Right, a lot of controversy when he left Fountain Valley, and you can see why. They lost a tremendous player, a great athlete, and of course, Mater Dei plays Fountain Valley every year, so some controversy around his transfer to the Monarchs.
And Barnes has been patient all night long, and I think he's just mad now. The Griffins down 21-0. Now they have time to get on the scoreboard here in the first half. I can't tell you the last time I saw Los Alamitos go an entire half of football without scoring. Keys, that's Cherie, excuse me, out near the 20 and dropped.
Yeah, well, this Los Al offense can light up the scoreboard in a hurry, but so far they have to be scratching their heads. Mater Dei has come up with several different defensive packages to really control this offense. Something I know that Los Al did not anticipate coming into the night, but a great defensive scheme put together once again for the Monarchs.
Rollo doesn't smile much on sidelines, but he's got to be smiling inside right now.
Right, but there's a little bit of concern in the back of his mind because he knows how talented this offense is.
Dobie on the draw. Dobie's best effort of the night. He had to get excited when he saw some space for the first time.
Dobie's a big play back. They try to go to the draw. They know that Mater Dei will be in a prevent defense at this point. Remember, in high school, first downs will stop the clock until the chains are set. So right now the clock will start at 1:02, but will restart when the chains are set.
Dobie's ready to go.
Surprisingly, Los Al not in their hurry-up offense yet.
And Hansen all the way to the sideline to talk to Barnes. Now back in there as they burn some time. Hansen to throw. Good protection. Goes across the middle. And he is drilled. It was Grunegood on the hit. I think it was Godfrey, but his number is wrapped up underneath his shoulder pads. It was Godfrey, and Grunegood said no.
Oh, big-time hit, Matt Grunegood. That is why next year he will be one of the top safeties in the country. Plays like that, he never comes off the field on defense. Outstanding hit. Nice job by Matt Grunegood. He's been all over the field tonight for the Monarchs. He's a big play player on offense as well as defense.
And his head coach, Bruce Rollinson, says sometimes he hits guys in practice so hard just to tell them to back off a little bit. Those are our guys. Hansen, and it's a fire drill. Mitchell all over him. And Trifon rides Hansen out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock. All right, Los Al, 4 guys in the pattern and nobody open after all that time.
Oh, they're trying to set up the screen on the right side to Dobie. Mater Dei did a nice job of recognizing the screen, had a player right there on Dobie. Hansen had no place to go with the ball after that.
Barnes calls his quarterback over to the sideline.
Toss is back to the 27-yard line.
The quarterbacks at Los Al always leave the huddle, go almost all the way to the sideline.
At 13.
Get the instructions from Barnes and then head back. 29 seconds now. Keep in mind it's 3rd down and long. 4 receivers, 2 on each side. And they give to Dobie. He cuts back. Dobie going to go outside.
Dobie the ball carrier.
Coach Barnes looks content to get his team into halftime, try to make some adjustments offensively to get something going. Looks like they're going to run out the clock and head into the half.
What do you think? Good decision?
I think it is a good decision just by the way his team has played. They have not found any continuity, any rhythm here in the first half. Mater Dei has come up with all kinds of defensive schemes and really confused this offense.
Well, whether you like it or not, Los Alamitos is happy at this point to go in down 21-0 as they just run out the clock, and Barnes has something to say about it as he heads into the locker room. Bruce Rollinson, a very content head coach right now. I don't know if he's got any adjustments to make. His offense looks great. His defense looks even better than that. And it's definitely not what we expected. Mater Dei on top of Los Al, 21-0 at the break. Wow.
Yeah, well, this is very shocking. Not that Mater Dei has scored 21 points, but the fact that Los Al has been shut out here in the first half. Unbelievable defense by Mater Dei. They said that their defense has been playing well throughout the playoffs, and they are showing it tonight.
Mater Dei number 4 in the state of California. Los Al number 3. But none of that seems to matter anymore. Never does when these two get together. Allison Seaton is with John Barnes right now.
That's right, I am with Coach Barnes, and you've got to be more surprised than anyone that you guys haven't scored, but why haven't you been able to put points on the board?
They're tougher than we are. They've outplayed us. They've been tougher the whole stretch, both sides of the ball.
In the second half, what can you do personnel-wise to make sure you guys put some points up?
They have the best players we have on the field. They just have to get better.
You guys came in undefeated, 12-0 into this game. You're going into the locker room right now. What are you going to tell these guys to get them fired up to come back out in the third quarter?
Get tougher. There's nothing else to say. We knew this was going to be a game of toughness, and they've won the toughness battle.
Okay, Coach, good luck in the second half. When we come back, we'll take a look at Long Beach Poly against Bishop Amat. Mater Dei 21-0. You're watching high school playoff football on Fox Sports West 2.
Say, Mr. Bill, let's go for a ride in the Lexus GS 400.
Gee, it's nice in here.
Hey, let's let our friend Sluggo drive.
Oh, no, he's going to be mean to me.
Don't forget to buckle up. Sluggo likes this big V8.
Hey, but, no, wait, that's too fast.
Whoa, 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds. Flat. Hey, Sluggo says he could drive all day. The Lexus GS 400, a flat-out value at your Southern California Lexus dealer.
Can you make a martial arts movie in 24 hours?
Hello, Pacific Valley Yellow Pages.
Magd Institute, Cass speaking.
We're making a martial arts movie.
This is Movie Sticks.
We need some costumes. How do I put this thing on? Can I help you? We need makeup artists. SV Ninjas never talk.
SV Ninjas? Huh? What's this? Rat! A surprise! An ambush! Out with the chair, little girls!
Pacific Bell's Smart Yellow Pages. If you can't do it with this, maybe it can't be done.
3 things I know about the helmet camp. Number 1, it was gimmicky. Number 2, it never worked. And number 3, you're an idiot.
ESPN Sunday Night Football, 17 weeks.
You know, I don't appreciate being called an idiot. Just because you fear technology, that's not my fault. I've been called a lot of things at this table, but an idiot will not be one of them.
ESPN Sunday Night Football coverage begins at 5:15.
You can't avoid the inevitable, but you can avoid probate. By creating a living trust, your heirs may not have to go through the expensive and time-consuming process of probate.
Give the ones you love peace of mind this holiday season with the Living Trust gift certificate. Save 10% now through January 1st. One phone call does it all.
It's your choice, your decision, your money. Call We the People, 634-4885. No lawyers save money.
Welcome back to halftime of the CIF Division I semifinal, where Mater Dei is shocking the Los Alamitos Griffins 21-0. Going into last night's semifinal between top-seeded Long Beach Poly and 4th-seeded Bishop Amat, the combined record of the remaining 4 Division I teams was 42-1-1, with Mater Dei having the only loss against the nation's top team. Well, last night the Jackrabbits were trying to continue their quest to repeat as CIF Division I champs when they took on the Amat Lancers last night here at Edison Field. And they were fired up for this one. Right here, Larry Kroom was the man of the evening. He had a 52-yard touchdown run in the first half. Poly led 10-6 at the break. In the second half, Amat couldn't keep Poly quarterback Chris Lewis and wide receiver Kareem Kelly quiet for long. Lewis only had 24 yards passing in the first half, but connected with Kelly for this 72-yarder, and Poly was starting to pull away. But it was the Larry Kroom show. The senior running back ran for 230 yards on the night and 2 scores, including this 21-yard touchdown. Poly wins it 38-12, and Coach Jerry Jaso cools off with the Gatorade shower. Jackrabbits extend their winning streak to 27 games. And as you can see, the Long Beach Poly Jackrabbits are absolutely loaded. Larry Kroom, Kareem Kelly, Chris Lewis, and defensive back Daryl Rideau are all headed to top Division I schools. Let's take a look now at the Poly Jackrabbits Fab 4. Okay. We'll see those 4 studs along with the other Long Beach Poly Jackrabbits right here next Saturday at Edison Field. It looks like they're taking on the Mater Dei Monarchs, which would be a rematch of last year's game. Let's take a look at those guys right now.
Outlined against the blue-gray October sky, the 4 horsemen rode again.
Divisions 2, 3, and 4 games. In Division 4, Arroyo Grande pummeled Lompoc 58-15. They will face the winner of tonight's game between San Luis Obispo and Hueneme. In Division 2, Chino High School won the Battle of Chino Hills when they shut out Ayala 24-0 at Cal State Fullerton. Andrew Salcedo scored 3 touchdowns for the Cowboys, who won the Division 4 title last year. They will take on the winner of tonight's battle between Compton Dominguez and Diamond Bar for the Division 2 crown. And in Division 3, the resurgent swordsmen of St. Paul beat Valencia 49-19. Coach Marion Anderson's team forced 7 turnovers in last night's win and will face the winner of tonight's Hart-Alameda game in the Division 3 final. Hart quarterback Kyle Bowler is without his favorite target, receiver Jerry Owens, who is out with a broken leg. But the interesting thing about this game is Alameda head coach Jim Bonds was a star quarterback at Hart, and he says he learned everything about football from the Hart head coaches, the Harrington brothers. Don't go away. When we come back, Jim and JJ will break down the first half. You're watching CIF playoff action on Fox Sports West 2.
If I made America's most popular truck and it became the country's most popular vehicle, personally, I'd leave it alone. But Ford says you got to keep an open mind. So the truck that's had everything now has 4 doors.
The Ford F-150 is just one of the reasons you'll want to visit your Ford dealer. It's our 1999 grand opening, and there's never been more new things to see.
So go see your Ford dealer. And remember, the doors are always open. All 4 of them.
Guess what? Susie Fetterman got sick, so I don't have to be the dumb dinosaur. I get to be the peacock.
Great. Peacock.
Want to get away? Southwest has your ticket to freedom. For only $99 or less, you can fly coast to coast when you purchase by December 16th.
You are now free to move about the country.
I used to worry about having to be in several places at once, but then Mrs. Claus hooked me up with AirTouch service, and now I can get everything done and still have time for me. That's when I stopped weight gaining and started weight training with the elves.
Right now, AirTouch service starts at just $14.99 a month, including 500 free night and weekend minutes.
I'm not going to get stuck in some chimney this year.
Visit an AirTouch store or call 1-800-AirTouch.
I would say spicy, crispy chicken sandwich is favorite for me. But name is too long. Too many words.
Well, my spicy, crispy chicken sandwich is spicy and crispy, and it is a chicken sandwich, so...
Everybody sees is crispy, is sandwich, so these words must go. Your name should be Jack Spicy Chicken.
Jack Spicy Chicken?
This is catchy name, no?
No. Love that name.
Only Arco has PayQuick. It takes your cash or ATM card right on the island. It's fast, so you can get on with your day and be a little ahead of schedule. PayQuick, another reason there's no better gas than Arco.
Back at Edison Field in Anaheim on Fox Sports West 2. It's our Arco AM/PM high school football game of the week. Jim Watson, John Jackson, and Allison Seaton down on the sideline. And so far, Al, the numbers don't lie. Mater Dei 21, Los Al nothing. It has been all MD, and they've been all over Ryan Hansen.
Yeah, they've come up with big sacks. That time it's Bavay coming up with the sack. The next one is going to be by Dustin Davis. And more importantly than the 2 sacks that they have in the first half, it's the pressure that they put on Los Alamitos.
And offensively, they've been able to run the ball. It was 7-0 when Junior Palacios bangs into the end zone and makes it 14-0 the Red Wave. And then they come right back just before the gun. Millhouse in the corner goes up and gets it. He comes down with a 21-0 Mater Dei lead. Mater Dei hasn't had to go to the air a whole lot because they're having so much success on the ground.
Yeah, they're
Los Al struggles. MD's been piling it up.
Their big play players have been making big plays. We'll get a chance to look at the stats from the first half. Mater Dei, as you can imagine, dominating, especially on the ground. 182 yards, a big stat here. 1 turnover for Los Al, also set up another touchdown. Mater Dei really having their way in the first half.
It's been a quiet game. It's been kind of choppy, and you mentioned it during the first half. It's a Mater Dei kind of game. That's what they want. Low scoring, keep the Griffs off the field and off the scoreboard. Big smiles for MD. They lead 21-0 at the break. We're back at the end with more on Fox Sports West 2.
Acura and Fox Sports West 2 want to send you on a golf weekend with the Acura Golf Getaway Contest. A grand prize winner will get an all-expense-paid weekend of golf at prestigious Rancho Bernardo Inn. Second prize winners get a free round of golf for 4 at challenging Pelican Hill. To enter, send a postcard to Acura Golf Getaway, P.O. Box 8455, L.A. 91372. Acura invites you to test drive the 1999 3.5 RL with satellite-linked navigation system at your local Acura dealer.
I used to worry about having to be in several places at once, but then Mrs. Claus hooked me up with AirTouch service, and now I can get everything done and still have time for me. That's when I stopped weight gaining and started weight training with the elves.
Right now, AirTouch service starts at just $14.99 a month, including 500 free night and weekend minutes.
I'm not going to get stuck in some chimney this year.
Visit an AirTouch store or call 1-800-AirTouch.
Now, so far, through 2 quarters, Los Alamitos buried under the rubble of the Mater Dei attack. The Monarchs up 21-0. And, you know, JJ, we've seen so many high school football games, but even, I think, we're surprised with how easy it's been for Mater Dei.
Jim, this first half has been shocking. And as I mentioned before, it's not because Mater Dei has rolled up 21 points, but because the Los Alamitos offense has been shut down. As Coach Barnes mentioned, Mater Dei playing a very tough physical football game. Los Al's going to have to try to turn that around.
You see the bottom line on the banner, play like champions. I don't think Los Al's done that tonight. We heard from John Barnes as he went out at the end of the first half. He admitted it. He said Mater Dei's outplayed us. They're tougher than us, and right now they want it more than us. Well, we'll be back next Saturday night, whether Los Al will be or not. Winner of this one, of course, against Long Beach Poly. The Division I championship game next Saturday on Fox Sports West 2. You can see it live at 7 o'clock.
If you think we had a good game tonight, boy, next week is going to be something special with either one of these teams against a very tough Long Beach Poly Jackrabbit team.
I know it was tough for you last night as we walked the sidelines over at the Vet. Bishop Amat, your alma mater. Now, they got out to a 6-0 lead over Poly, but then the Jackrabbits, just too much going on.
Yeah, Bishop came out and they played them tough in the first half. Long Beach Poly made some nice adjustments in the second half, and of course, the big plays started to take over with Larry Kroom, Chris Lewis, Darryl Rideau, and Kelly leading the way. So they all did a nice job last night. Hats off to Long Beach Poly. I'm still good in defeat.
And you can draw some parallels, and we're not trying to get ahead of ourselves and rule out Los Alamitos, but Mater Dei and Poly I think are playing similar football right now. Both are getting some great defense, and that's what's getting it done right now. Well, we talked with John Barnes on the way out. He was obviously upset. The guy on the other side, Bruce Rollins, has got to be pretty happy, although it's only halftime and he never counts anything. He's with Allison Seaton right now.
Well, I'm sure he's happy, Jim, but you know this guy. He doesn't always show it. Coach, you're up 21-0. Are you surprised it's been this lopsided so far?
You know, we're playing great football, but there's 24 minutes left in the half. We've got to continue to play with our heart. It's personal. We've just got to get after him and do a good job. Continue to play well up front. That's where I think we're running the thing.
Yeah, their defensive line came in with a lot of publicity, but your offensive line has really done well, and you've got great running, not just from Drudy, but also from Palacio.
Yeah, both kids are running well, but you call it. It's no, they got a press all week, but I got 5 kids that have played a lot of football together, have a tremendous amount of pride in themselves. They're doing a good job. We just got to keep it up.
Well, good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Jim, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you very much. You know, I can listen to Bruce Rollins talk football all night. Just love to hear that guy. He has so much energy for the game. He just loves it, and what a good job he's done at Mater Dei, and what a good job they did coming in for this one. Put together a nice package against Los Al.
Right, the defensive package has to be very complex to stop this 4-receiver wide-open attack. Mater Dei has not played a team this season with a 4-receiver attack like Los Alamitos features, so give credit to Coach Robinson and his coaching staff for putting together a great game plan.
All right, JJ, Los Al's offense averages 42 points a game, almost 400 yards total offense. You know Barnes got the chalk out and made some changes at the break. What happened?
Well, he got the chalk out, and he probably really tore into his team and really challenged their toughness and their character. They're going to have to come out and do what they've been doing all year long, run a ball-controlled passing attack, get the ball into these big play players' hands and let them make plays. Blasi Ritaco, the number 4 receiver, but if we've seen has been big in the past, has not caught a pass tonight.
Yeah, JJ, the other times that we've seen Los Al, they haven't gone to Howery exclusively. They spread it around. Godfrey's got some balls. Guinness and Ritaco, we haven't called those guys hardly at all tonight. A yard deep in high school football, that means it's out to the 20. You cannot return that one, and A.K. Keys wanted a shot at it. He wanted to take that thing back.
Well, it's going to be time for Los Al's big play players to make some big plays. They have to rely on what has got them this far, and that is big plays from their big play players.
We don't like that rule, do we? We want high school football players to be able to carry it out of the end zone.
Yeah, I would rather have that because it takes an offensive play away from some tremendous talent returning kicks.
Hansen goes to the air. Out to Howery. Double pass. He's got Ritaco. Ritaco. Blasi Ritaco has got a step. Grunegood right behind him. And Grunegood drags him down inside the 15-yard line.
When you talk about John Barnes bringing out the chalk at halftime, that is what he drew up, the double pass from Hansen to Howery, and of course to Ritaco. We talk about he hasn't touched the ball all night. His first catch, a big one.
A great start of the second half, and Howery, nice pump fake right there as he gave him that little fade step.
Yeah, Howery did a nice job of acting like he was going to run the ball. Ritaco sneaks behind the defenders, makes a nice catch. I talked about he hasn't touched the ball all night. His first catch, a big one.
Huge gainer, and Ritaco takes it down inside the 15-yard line, but of course, Grunegood makes the play, saves a score, at least for the moment. Hansen to Dobie. Once again, Mater Dei equal. Kevin Mitchell, number 31 for Mater Dei. We've talked about him many, many times. A two-time All-Stater.
By Davis and Patterson.
Number 31 hasn't made a lot of plays himself tonight, but I think he's influenced a lot.
Right, because they are going to have to make sure they account for Kevin Mitchell, often assigning 2 blockers to him. That has allowed the other players on the defense to make some plays. They did a nice job of shutting down the run, and that's always going to start with Kevin Mitchell.
Mitchell missed 5 games earlier in the year with a deep, deep thigh bruise. He says he's okay now. Hansen to throw. Ritaco steps in, spins inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Well, we talked about Blasi Ritaco. I went through the press box to a couple of the radio guys and some of the writers, and I said, where's 88? Where's Ritaco? Because we had seen him so many times. Well, we're seeing him now.
Right, well, he's the number 4 receiver in this offense, but he has been a big play threat in games we've seen in the past. They're trying to get him started now, try to get him a couple touches, and really offset the Mater Dei defense to confuse them a little bit.
Ritaco, the only receiver that wasn't a starter last year. All the other guys back for a second season. Hansen taking his time to Dobie. They try to run that trap. Dobie wrapped up immediately. Like Mitchell. It always looks like Mitchell.
A surprising play call, 3rd and long situation, and they go to the ground to Dobie. Mitchell does a nice job of shooting the gap. You see how he comes flat down the line of scrimmage, able to cut Dobie off at the line for a minimal gain.
Almost a case of Los Al getting a little too cute there. That didn't fool anybody. Mitchell was the guy who made the tackle, but there were 3 or 4 other shirts. Vandermeer was right there as well. Now it's 4th down. 4th and 8 from the 9-yard line. Hansen to throw. In the corner on the fade. Howery double covered and a flag. Now Patterson says, what are you talking about? I was right there. Grunegood was the other guy out there for Mater Dei.
Well, this is a big call in the end zone because they had double coverage on Howery. There was no place for Hansen to throw that ball.
Great luck at Rollinson, who just waves it off and says, you got to be kidding me. Well, they either pushed him or held him. It's a 1st down. Remember, this ball is thrown so deeply in the corner, there's no way Howery comes up with this.
Well, it's miscommunication. Howery was coming to the comeback. Hansen through the fade. The ball was uncatchable, but in high school football, Jim, it does not matter. If there's pass interference, it's pass interference.
Well, it gives the Griffins a 1st and goal. And a touchdown changes this game a lot. Dobie, maybe a yard. Patterson sneaks around, grabs by the ankles.
I thought the call was questionable, even if it was pass interference. I didn't see much contact in the end zone. on Howery with the ball in the air.
Made the tackle. There's another guy that that Mater Dei has pointed out to us in the last week or so that's done a good job, number 44, Justin Patterson.
Yeah, Patterson does a nice job once again, as Mitchell did, of eluding the blocker, then coming flat down the line of scrimmage to cut off the running back before he can pick up any yards.
Patterson, not a big guy, 190. Second and goal for Los Al. They fake to Dobie. Howery, triple covered in the corner, and no way is Hanson going to get rid of it. 3 guys went with Keenan Howery.
Los Al is going to send Keenan Howery in motion behind the quarterback, Hanson, and then he tries to sneak out in the flat. But I'll tell you what, Keenan Howery has the S on his chest. Mater Dei is not going to let him escape. Take a chance to look at the play fake. Hanson's going to keep it. Right now, Howery is trying to slip out into the flat, but as you mentioned, Jim, 3 guys in coverage. No place for Hanson to throw the ball. It was a one-man route. He takes a big sack.
JJ, if you're not moving the ball on the ground, then that play fake's not going to do much for you.
Exactly. Mater Dei has had such success stopping the run. The play-action fakes are not going to work until they start having some success on the ground.
Well, that stat says a lot. 3 sacks for Mater Dei. Hanson again, pressure, steps up, has a man. Inside the 5, it was Dobie.
Boy, I'll tell you, Jim, I am impressed by the pressure the front line for Mater Dei is putting on Ryan Hanson. Every time he drops back to throw, there's pressure in his face.
They're going to get a timeout as Los Alamitos is faced with their second 4th down inside the 10. Barnes needs a touchdown. It's 21-0 MD.
Hey, Mr. Internet Wonder Boy.
What?
Over here. Over here.
You think you got it all, don't you?
Well, but there's this tiny little voice inside saying there's got to be something new, something that makes you want to stand up and say, yeah, baby, this is what I need. Yeah. Here it is. New Pepsi One. Massive cola taste, only 1 calorie. It's got it all. And you know what it's saying to you, don't you? No. Put down your mouse and curl up with me, baby, because I'm all you ever need. I want that. You want that. I want that. He wants that. Now you got it all, baby.
New Pepsi One.
AM/PM is proud to be the official convenience store of the Pac-10 conference.
Hey, these hot dogs look good.
The high school football game of the week on Fox Sports West 2 is brought to you by Pepsi, who invites you to join Generation Next. 4th down from the 5-yard line for Los Alamitos. 4th and goal. Hanson takes a breath. Takes the snap. Pump fake. Throws low to Godfrey. Incomplete pass. Mater Dei takes over. A huge stop.
A big stop, but it's indicative of how the Mater Dei defense has played all night long. They stiffen up here at the goal line. 1st and goal at the 5. They stop for 4 consecutive plays. Try to go to quick screen. Hanson trying to get the ball into the flat to Godfrey. Ball is low. Godfrey unable to come up with the catch. But even if he would have come up with the catch, Jim, I think the pursuit would have caught up to him before he got into the end zone.
Yeah, I agree. Mater Dei would have had something to say about him trying to make that into a touchdown. He had 3 guys out in flat quickly. 1st down for Mater Dei at the 5. Palacios cuts back. Another good gainer. Well, it worked in the 1st half, so I guess you make Los Al show that they can stop it.
Exactly, and Mater Dei will stay on the ground. They know that the more times they rush the ball, the more they'll wear down this defense for Los Alamitos. They've done a tremendous job in the 1st half. Expect more of it here in the 2nd.
Rallo got great production from Palacios and Grudiga in that 1st half. It didn't seem to make any difference who was back there because the offensive line was doing such a fantastic job for MD up front. Really overloaded that left side a lot in the 1st half. Palacios cuts back against pressure. Jared Ball trips him up as he crosses the 15-yard line.
Jim, on this series, more importantly than Los Al not making that fourth down conversion, their defense must come up big here because they have Mater Dei pinned back deep in their own territory. They can come up with a turnover or even force them to punt. They'll still get good field position and put the offense back on the field.
They don't want to give away all those yards that they got on that double pass to Lutaco. Sagan to Tuatasi, 301 pounds, and all of it angry right now. The first down for Mater Dei. 17. Groedegoed gets through another hole, cuts back. Groedegoed to the sideline. Groedegoed cuts back, still on his feet, still driving ahead, drags 3 Griffins.
Boy, oh boy, is he something special. We didn't get a chance to watch him the first time against De La Salle. Talked to Coach Rollison before the game and wondered how he made the switch. He said he needed to get a different dimension in the offense. Groedegoed really being impressive in the first half. Does a nice job there, getting through the line and then breaking to the outside and shows some good speed for a big man. And then the power at the end.
He's a big-time football player, JJ, and just a junior. Palacios again. That left side is huge for Mater Dei. What a great move by Palacios. Inside the 30 to the 25. Alvin's not one, it's the other.
Yeah, this is really a clinic, and you get a chance to see why it's so tough having the 2 backs. Palacios shows great vision, able to run the stretch play again. They ran this play over and over in the first half, but watch the moves there. And very tough when you have a back like Groedegoed who's going to run you over. Then you have to try to bring down a quick back like Palacios. Very tough on the defense. He's having a great night tonight, already over 100 yards.
8.9.
Make the play calling easy for the coaches. Give it to him.
Things are going so well. He even had a smile coming out. Groedegoed replaces him. Those two got the swinging door going.
So talking to Coach Rollison before the game, he said all week long they preach to their offense to be a 4-minute offense. They want to put together as many 4-minute drives as they can, and they've done an excellent job of it tonight.
First down for Mater Dei at the 26-yard line of Los Alamitos. A touchdown right now for Mater Dei would mean death for Los Al. Groedegoed up the gut. Groedegoed stumbles inside the 15, spins down to the 10-yard line. One more thing.
The holes are just unbelievable. The left side of that Mater Dei Monarch offensive line is opening up. Groedegoed just a counter tray, and he's going to get in between the line. You see there's nobody there. Howery unable to bring him down. Groedegoed into the secondary. Another big game.
Keep in mind that Los Al has several guys that go both ways, and while Groedegoed and Palacios are switching up, they're out there every play and maybe getting tired.
No, Groedegoed didn't become the starting running back until a little over halfway through the season. He comes into tonight with 839 yards and only about 6 or 7 games worth. A nice half of the season for this as a tailback for Groedegoed.
That's unbelievable to think that he didn't have the starting nod with what he's putting in tonight, and that's not taking anything away from Junior Palacios, who would start for most teams in Southern California. Rollins got a luxury there. Second down from the 10. Bain again goes that left side, and again the handoff to Groedegoed. Cuts back, touchdown Mater Dei. Stop.
And Jim, that was impressive. They drive the length of the field on the ground. Groedegoed, of course, caps it off. Coach John Barnes has to be scratching his head. His defense has just not shown up tonight, but you have to give credit to the Mater Dei offensive line. They are opening up huge holes for the running back.
Vandermeer, Owens, Tritz, McKnight, and Keys up front for Mater Dei. And as long as we're passing out credit, well, it all started with that defensive stand at the other end of the park.
Yeah, big defensive stand set up this drive by the Monarchs. Los Al unable to pin them deep in their territory. They drive the length of the field.
That one is blocked. So the first real good thing was that Cherie got through. It was Brandon Cherie swats that one away. So Mater Dei gets 6. They increase the lead to 27-0, and you got to wonder how much does Los Al have left. They need a bunch.
Wasn't my fault. There was this deer.
Thanks. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
No problem.
You get hungry putting out fires?
Yeah.
I got a great burger for you. The sourdough jack. 2 crunchy slices of grilled sourdough with a big juicy cheeseburger and bacon. Very unique. I work for the guy who makes it.
Sourdough Jack, huh? Thanks for the tip.
Hey, wait. Seeing as the car's totaled, could I ask you a favor?
Sure.
I used to worry about having to be in several places at once, but then Mrs. Claus hooked me up with AirTouch service, and now I can get everything done and still have time for me. That's when I stopped weight gaining and started weight training with the elves.
Right now, AirTouch service starts at just $14.99 a month, including 500 free night and weekend minutes.
I'm not going to get stuck in some chimney this year.
Visit an AirTouch store or call 1-800-AirTouch.
Back at Edison Field on Fox Sports West 2, it's the Arco AM/PM High School Game of the Week. 4:28 to play in the third quarter. 27-0 Mater Dei with the number 3 ranked team in the state of California. Los Alamitos undefeated coming in 12-0. Mater Dei's only loss is to De La Salle on the same field about 8 weeks ago. De La Salle, of course, the number 1 team in the country. A.K. Keys for Los Al. Cuts back, has some space. Keys to his left side. Keys with Palacios, who drives him out of bounds as he crosses midfield. Keys has wanted to return one all night, and he finally got his shot.
He gets the shot, he takes advantage of it. A.K. Keys, probably the fastest man on this Los Al team, and he showed you why. He really just bursted through the wedge and got to the sideline. Get a chance to look at it one more time. Keys is going to, the wedge is set up nice to the left. He sees the hole and does it, just explodes through the hole and down the sideline. If it wasn't for Junior Palacios and an angle in the sideline, Keys would have been gone. A nice return for Los Al.
Hansen back to work. Short to Howery. JJ, this is the 3rd time that you and I have seen Los Alamitos play in person. And they have never gone this much, almost exclusively to Keenan Howery. Why are they not spreading the football around?
Well, I'm surprised. You know, a lot of times you get into the big games, you want to get the ball to your key people. But as you mentioned, Jim, they have Keenan Howery accounted for. They have 2 players assigned to him almost at all times. They need to spread the ball around as they've done in the past. Retaco, Godfrey, all good receivers. Guidance, they're all good receivers. They need to get them the ball.
Well, they did feature Retaco on that first drive. Hansen comes right back to him, and Blasi Retaco just made a very good catch. That ball a little bit behind him, and he was being dragged down. And he holds on for a nice gain.
You know, that is the key in this style of offense. When you have 4 receivers, you need to use them all. You cannot not go to anybody, because then it allows the defense to key on players like Keenan Howery. Of course, you know they want him to get him the ball, but they have to use the other guys effectively and then go back to Keenan Howery.
Ball's on the 36-yard line.
It's a first down for Los Al. Dobie now shakes off a guy. Gets inside the 30-yard line.
Well, Los Al getting shut out tonight, but they average 43.5 points per game in the playoffs. They're going to need at least 28 tonight to come back and win this one. But boy, if their back's against the wall, they have not been able to figure out this Mater Dei defense.
And you know, people are sitting at home saying, come on, 27-0, this game's over. No, then you haven't seen Los Al play, because these guys can hang 4 on the board in a hurry.
They can run it up quick.
Hansen, great protection, goes out in the flat and just off the fingertips of Godfrey.
Hansen's pass incomplete.
And one thing we got to point out, Hansen's getting more time.
Yeah, he's getting more time to throw, and he's also spreading the ball around, attempting to go to different receivers. That'll be the first key in getting this offense started, is to make Mater Dei respect all the weapons on the field, and there are some weapons.
Ryan Hansen had to wait his turn at Los Alamitos to get the starting nod, and when he did, he was ready. He's done a very good job, has grown into the position. His numbers tonight don't reflect it, but what a great season he has had. Over 3,000 yards coming in, Orange County's #1 passer. 30 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Dobie breaks the tackle of Mitchell, but plenty of help. Dusty Ishii there to clean it up for Mater Dei.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic night for Ryan Hansen. He already has an interception tonight. He has 2 on the season, and they both came in the same night against St. John Bosco. The only time he's thrown interceptions all year long. He has 2 on the year, 1 tonight. but the completion percentage is just killing them. On the year, 69%. Tonight, about 33.
Los Alamitos with their third fourth down of the half. Hansen looks and goes for all of it. Howry down the sideline. Are they going to say he's out of bounds? Out of bounds.
Howry made a nice acrobatic catch, but it was out of bounds. But Hansen once again into double coverage. Very tough to get that ball in between defenders. Howry double coverage.
Provided by Grudegood.
Hansen's going to drop back and try to throw the fade in between the seam of Mater Dei. But as you notice, two players right on him. Howry makes a nice catch, but it was out of bounds.
A super catch by Howry. Against double coverage, but yeah, well out of bounds. Hansen's got to give him a chance. Palacios.
Well, now it's going to be up to this Los Al defense to get the ball back. They can't afford now to let Mater Dei reel off long drives and especially burn off the clock because they're going to need 4 scores, and it looks like a quarter. They are capable of doing it. They ran off 28 points last week in 9.5 minutes, but of course a different defense with the Monarchs versus last week versus Fontana.
Yeah, I think we agree that they can't allow any more points. No more.
No, they can't have any more points, and they need to come up with some turnovers. Mater Dei's been very efficient with the ball so far.
Monarchs burning the clock. Back to Palacios. Cuts it outside. Riley got him from behind.
Ryan's surprised with the success Mater Dei is having over that left side. Vandermeer and Owens still opening up huge holes. Palacios getting it done with his vision. Nice move to get to the outside. And then down the field, very quick feet, very dangerous. He's having a big night tonight.
Junior Palacios, 134 yards now on 17 carries. Of course, he had a touchdown in the first half. Again on the ground, Grudegood. Runs over 2 guys, 5 guys to bring him down. JJ, certainly the Los Alamitos coaches are at least as smart as us about football. We've been sitting up here for almost 3 quarters now, and we've been watching Mater Dei work that left side like a cut under the eye. They just keep going back to it. Did Barnes and the coaching staff for the Griffins, did they make an adjustment?
Well, they need to make an adjustment. They haven't quite committed everybody to the left side, but of course you can because Mater Dei, very smart. A lot of check with me at the line. Lucas will check off and go to the right side, so you have to play a balanced defense, but you have to commit extra guys to the line.
Back to the middle, Palacios. Big chunks every time.
So at this point, if I'm Los Al, I have to put the free safety and the strong safety up at the line, really put everybody up there, stay in man-to-man coverage, put 9 guys up the line. It's impossible to block all of them.
You figure that Mater Dei may be just sitting on that exact scenario, and as soon as they do, there comes the play action, the pump fake, and you go deep to Millhouse.
Right, but you have to roll the dice with Los Al. They cannot stop Mater Dei on the ground. They're going to have to make some adjustments.
I agree. Barnes has rolled up the program. He's spitting mad. Hasn't changed anything. Mater Dei on top 27-0.
Man, it's crowded down there.
Really good game.
Oh!
You don't need this. Give me that. Thank you.
Listen, this is the patented, officially licensed NCAA football seat cushion called Don't Just Stand There, Hold On to Your Seat. It has a pocket for your program. You can write a sign, erase it, and write a new one.
Is there one for junior colleges? And how about high school football?
We can't leave those fans out.
Well, where can we buy one?
Just call 1-800-219-8346. Operators are standing by. Call now. Apply your favorite team decal here. All this comfort and convenience for only $19.95.
And I think our work is done.
Remember, after every big play, don't just stand there. Hold on to your seat.
Not every legal matter requires an attorney. Many legal procedures can be done with the help of an independent paralegal. Attorneys are important for planning, advice, and representation. But We the People's team of paralegals with over 25 offices throughout California can take you through the legal process with less stress and less expense. It's your choice, your decision, your money. Call We the People, 634-4885. No lawyers save money.
My game.
My world, my life, my game.
It's time to crown the champions of high school football in the Arco AM/PM Game of the Week. Who'll earn the title of best team in the Southland? Check out the action Saturday, December 12th with the Division I final at 7 p.m. on Fox Sports West 2.
Matt Grutagood and Mater Dei on top 27-0 as we begin play in the fourth quarter. Los Alamitos has gotten it all done on both sides of the football. They've been able to stay in the face of Ryan Hansen. They've gotten to him 3 times for sacks. And then offensively, they've blown out the left side. It's been Palacios, and it's been this guy, big number 6, Matt Grutagood, who is a hungry football player. He wants to play in a title game 1 week from tonight.
Grutagood, the combination of Grutagood and Palacios has been unbelievable and unstoppable, but you have to give credit that front offensive line for Mater Dei. 6'1", 255 on average on the front line. They've been getting it done all night.
Palacios a touchdown, Grutagood 2 touchdowns. You see the yards for Matt, 306 yards through 3 quarters on the ground for Mater Dei. That has not happened to Los Alamitos this year. Palacios cuts back. Palacios is just having a night.
We talked about Palacios came into the season as the starter. Really not typical of the Mater Dei back. They usually like to go with a bigger pounding back. Palacios, more of a slasher. Getting a chance to look at his talents tonight. He does the same thing. It's like a repeat performance. He just bounces to the outside, gets into the open field, shakes a couple guys, and of course, he averaged about 8 yards a carry tonight. He's really getting it done.
36 rushes now for Mater Dei, and I would venture to say that 25 of those have gone directly over the left tackle.
Exactly, and they come into tonight with a balanced offense. They like to run a balanced offense, mixing the run in the pass. But if a team can't stop you on the ground, as Los Al has not been able to, there's no reason to put the ball in the air.
Ryan Keys right there, along with Brian McKnight, Mike Tritz, Dan Owens, and Lenny Vandermeer. Those are the guys who've made it 27-0 right there, along with the defense. I mean, those running backs look good, but they're running through some huge gaps. And a flag.
Coach Rawlinson has obviously liked the matchup on the left side with Vandermeer, 6'4", 270, and he played all of that tonight. Get a chance to see him right there. You can barely see the referee behind Vandermeer.
Lenny Vandermeer, a 3-year starter.
Replay Palacios, 45, looked like he hooked, looked like Anthony Campo, looked like he hooked the defender. That's what they're going to call him for holding. And really penalties, very few of them tonight for the Monarchs. That's been the only thing that sent them back.
Penalty against the Monarchs.
Mater Dei actually was, but I was going to agree with you. I was going to say it didn't seem like Mater Dei had a lot of penalties. They got a few in the first quarter that didn't really matter. Actually, none of them mattered so far. It's 27-0. Palacios in the eye now.
At 21.
Fake to Junior. Lukash under some pressure. Gets away from Salgado. Cherie behind him. And he throws out in the flat and has a man. Dustin Davis. That's a great play by Lukash.
Yeah, Dustin Davis getting it done on both sides of the ball. Of course, he is the backup tight end. Play fake. Lukash does a nice job of stepping up in the pocket, eluding the rush. He has Cherry behind him, but he's able to get the ball out to Dustin Davis. Davis, 10 catches on the season, 169 yards, 6 touchdowns. So he has been one of Lukash's favorite targets.
How frustrating for Los Alamitos. Salgado had him. Cherie had him wrapped up. He's able to step away from the pressure and deliver the football. Now the option. Lukash. And ball has to come all the way across the field to make the play.
tackle was made.
One other person that deserves credit tonight, the offensive coordinator for the Monarchs, Dave Money, has called an outstanding game. Lukash to the option. No, you see, Los Al only has one person committed out there. He takes the pitch man, Grudegood. Lukash able to turn it up the field off of Vandermeid, the left tackle. Picks up another first down.
It's a very dispirited bunch right now, the Los Alamitos defense. Starting to hang their heads just a little bit. Palacios cuts back away from the pile and is tripped up.
So it has to be so disheartening for Los Al to come into tonight, of course, with an outstanding season, 12-0 on the season, and just blown out almost every opponent that they faced this year. John Barnes has to be disappointed with the way his team has played tonight. And this is really shocking, not only for him, but for us up here. We never thought that this game would be so lopsided in favor of Mater Dei.
We talked about it earlier. It looked like Los Al was just a little bit flat, maybe unmotivated. John Barnes at halftime when he talked to Allison Seaton, he said, hey, they just outplayed us. Lukash again steps in, dances around a man at the 10-yard line and falls to the 9.
And remember, the team that Los Al fields tonight, full of seniors. These guys have been together, most of them playing varsity for the better half of 3 years. Looks like this will be their last game tonight. Lukash, the option, once again, does a nice job of turning up. A missed tackle by Merriweather allows him to get up the field and pick up valuable yards, getting up a third in about 1.
Well, those two guys right there, 69 and 64, Riley and Atuatasi. If it is their last game, the next time you see them, they'll be wearing cardinal and gold on their way to SC. Palacios, right side. And the beef was there. Atuatasi with the tackle.
And this is the time where Los Al, the front 7 for Los Al, will really feel the wear and tear that Mater Dei has put on them the whole game. Riley and Atuatasi have been going both ways tonight, so they have to be very tired. They've been out on the field a long time defensively. Mater Dei, though, they rotate their players a lot. Most of their front 7, their front defensive and offensive line go one way, so they're very fresh at this time of the game.
Grudegood, up the middle, dives near the goal line, is short. You know, in 2 playoff games coming in, Los Alamitos defense has allowed 26 points. Tonight, 27.
Brought down by
And on the season, the most that they've given up was 28. That was in a 65-28 blowout against Dana Hill, so that probably was against most of the reserves for Los Al. So this defense has been very stingy all night, all season, but not tonight.
Loose ball was Lukash. A little trouble on the exchange. And I think Mike Tritz's center might have gotten back on it. And we had a chance to go out to the Mater Dei practice earlier this week, and one thing that was striking for us while we were there is how quiet it was. Bruce Rollinson talked about this team and how businesslike they are, and that it comes through as a kind of a quiet confidence, JJ, and down on the field during warm-ups. It's not the usual rah-rah Mater Dei stuff. This is a little bit different group. Rollinson has said it's not our best team. Looks pretty good right now.
They do. They look outstanding right now. Considering that they're ranked number 4 in the state. Sure to move up from there.
Grudegood, his 3rd touchdown of the night. And Mater Dei is going to play for the Division I championship a week from tonight against Long Beach Poly.
And they're really making it look easy tonight on the ground, Jim, surprisingly so. Los Al is yet to face as big a team as Mater Dei and as strong a team as Mater Dei, and they are really getting it done up front, especially that offensive line.
Got to be frustrating for that gentleman right there, John Barnes, the head coach of Los Al. You know, he challenged his guys at halftime to show some courage. They came out. A good opening drive by Los Al, but on 4th down, they were denied. Mater Dei misses their 2nd straight extra point, so it stays 33-0. He challenged him. Los Al came back out, but Mater Dei, after bending, broke back. Grudegood, 3 touchdowns on the night. It is all Mater Dei.
Only Arco has Pay Quick. It takes your cash or ATM card right on the island. It's fast, so you can get on with your day. and be a little ahead of schedule. Pay quick. Another reason there's no better gas than Arco.
Can you become a French chef in 24 hours?
French chef? Pacific Bell Smart Yellow Pages. Damn cook uniform. I have to become a French chef in 24 hours. I feel like a chef already.
Where did you find it?
Pacific Bell Smart Yellow Pages. Cookbooks. Cook's Library.
Come with me to France.
Okay.
The Los Angeles Culinary Institute, may I help you?
You might egg white into the ball.
The Pacific Bell Smart Yellow Pages. If you can't do it with this, maybe it can't be done.
Voila.
Well, Mater Dei's been rocking the big house. We're at Edison Field on Fox Sports West 2. Monarchs 33, the Griffins with a bagel. One of the best offenses in the country has been very quiet.
Mater Dei scoring drive.
Now it just becomes a game of pride for Los Al. Can they put some points up against this Monarch defense? 33-0. Unbelievable performance by the Monarchs tonight. And a great game plan by Coach Bruce Wallinson and his coaching staff.
Brian New's been busy. He's the kicker for Mater Dei. A.K. Keys, who just tore off a nice return for Los Al. Back deep. Kick it down in the corner. Ball goes out of bounds. Comes out to the 35-yard line.
Kickoff goes out of bounds.
Time now to take a look at our Pepsi Scholar athlete for tonight. Another Mater Dei Monarch having a good night. This guy's been having a great year. Pat Cope, wide receiver and kicker. 3.65, 1120 SAT. Looking to major in pre-law. Still need an agent, JJ?
Yeah, I might need him. Remember, Pat, we gave you a good plug. Remember me? I might need you someday.
I think he does, yeah. Now, it's all smiles on the Mater Dei sideline for sure. 33-0, they agree with that. They're going to the big game. Week from tonight, Saturday night, Edison Field. It's Long Beach Poly, the D1 championship right here on Fox Sports West 2. Godfrey underneath, makes the catch, takes it out near midfield.
Lead to Godfrey.
Now the Monarchs will sit back in a prevent defense. We'll see if Los Al is able to pick them apart a little bit.
Well, you know that Mater Dei still wants the shutout. They remember what Barnes said. They know the rivalry between these two schools, and they know what a statement that makes in the headlines tomorrow in the papers. 33-0. Hansen to throw. Again, Godfrey. Justy Ishii fights off a block and makes the tackle.
Yeah, we talked about the Monarch players came in with that quote taped to their chest tonight before the game. I'll be curious to see what they come with next week. Coach Foster does an outstanding job of motivating his troops and getting them to play in big games, pressure situations, to the maximum of their ability.
If you missed it at the top, a quote that we keep referring to, Barnes last year after the Mater Dei Los Al game said, I hope Mater Dei enjoys the victory because they won't be able to touch us next year. Double pass, and now Keenan Howery is 2 for 2 through the air as he finds Godfrey. That was a good ball.
Yeah, Howery is throwing a nice ball. Prior to this game, he was 0 for 2 passing on the season. The play worked before, so they figured this is our best play of the night. We'll go back to it. The double pass, Howery lays out a strike to Godfrey.
Well,
nice ball, nice catch.
That was pretty. Keenan Howery, we knew he could do everything else. Godfrey now with 3 catches, 58 yards. Call him missing there is touchdowns. It's because they don't have any. Chance here. Hansen on the slant, throws behind his man at the goal line and incomplete. He tries to go to Shinen again.
Yeah, Shinen getting some time tonight. He has 1 catch on the night, 1 catch on the season for 57 yards. Keenan Howery isolated. Nothing there for him. Millhouse has good coverage on him. You could tell he was looking for the fade route. But Ryan Hansen has tried to go to Keenan Howery time and time again tonight, and the coverage for the Monarchs, their secondary, has also played outstanding.
Howery has gotten his share of balls. He's just frustrated there because he thought he had a little gap. And you receivers are all the same. You always want it thrown in your spot.
Get the ball.
Second down. Godfrey Ishii is there. Dusty made a couple of good plays on this drive.
Yeah, and to go along with the physical nature of this Mater Dei defense, Coach Foster has told us a very fast team. Great pursuit. They do a nice job of the receiver screen. You see Ishii's out there before Godfrey can even get started. A complete performance tonight for the Monarchs.
Yeah, and we've seen the package that Mater Dei has thrown out, but of course it doesn't work without discipline. These guys have been in position all night.
They have. They had a great game plan coming in. They took the players to execute that game plan. They did a great job of it tonight.
Third down from the 10. Forget it.
Fave, Brown Fave, another sack. Hanson getting up slow.
And Fave says that he came up with the football.
And he might be another diamond in the rough next week because Lobby Folly has a great passing attack.
There's that jet end. You see, nobody picks him up. This is something that Mater Dei put in. They put a real quick, hungry guy on that end. LaSalle doesn't make the adjustment. Nobody picks him up. Ryan Hansen has no defense against it. Fave and Mater Dei on top, 33-0.
Do you ever just have one of those days? Well, at Farmers Insurance, everything we do is about getting things back to normal. Isn't that what insurance is supposed to do? Farmers, get you back where you belong.
You know, when you've been doing this as long as I have, you can tell a truck just by the sound of its doors. Solid. It's big. Not too big. That has got to be a Ranger. What was that?
Introducing the 1999 four-door Ford Ranger, just one of the reasons you'll want to visit your Ford dealer. It's our 1999 grand opening, and there's never been more new things to see.
Hey, this was not fair. Nobody told me about those extra doors. Nobody told me.
Welcome back, the Ed. Watson, Jackson, Seaton. One with you on the Arco AM/PM Game of the Week. Mater Dei on top of John Barnes. Griffin's 33-0, and he's turning his back on it now. 4th and 10 for his guys. Across the middle to Godfrey, who makes the catch. Godfrey to the 1, to the goal line. Touchdown, Los Alamitos. And he gets a hug. Sometimes you need a hug, JJ.
And they definitely need one tonight. Ryan Hansen does a nice job, though, of eluding the blitz. Kevin Mitchell came right down the middle and hitting the hot receiver. Godfrey has slipped into the void that Kevin Mitchell left when he blitzed. Made a nice catch and also a nice run after the catch.
Yeah, it was a good catch. He went up high, and that's one where you start thinking about the ribs as you go up for the football.
Especially when you're over the middle. He knew exactly where he was, though. Nice concentration and a nice catch by Godfrey. You know, we talked about John Barnes, said that this was his best team ever, and these guys have been together for a long time. Very meaningful touchdown that time for Godfrey and Hansen to hook up.
Now they're going to go for 2. Godfrey had to put the glove back on. Normally he holds. Takes those gloves off. Davis comes in. Thrown, intercepted. Grew to good. Now it just keeps raining.
Hansen that time looking for Howery on the 2-point conversion, but he was double covered. Chance to look at the touchdown. Mitchell comes up the middle, and Godfrey fills the void where Mitchell left. Makes a nice job, and it stretches the ball over the goal line for the touchdown to erase the goose egg for LaSalle.
Patterson and Millhouse arguing with the referee. Said, no, the knee's down. He's not in. They wanted the shutout.
You know they want a shutout.
Well, it's not much, but it's something for Los Alamitos. It's not often. They're just trying to get a consolation touchdown.
No, and it's not often that their offense is shut down like they have been tonight. I would have never guessed that coming into the night that LaSalle would be shut down this way by any defense, much less the way Mater Dei has played tonight. Very inspired effort.
Well, it's been a great day of sports, and your chance to catch up on all of it coming up following the game. Fox Sports News Primetime. We'll get you caught up with Championship Saturday. College football all over the place. UCLA, Kansas State, Tennessee. What a weekend it's been already. Kellen Winslow on the Fox Scope. And a little hoop as we overlap seasons. The Spartans, UConn, 1 versus 9 in college basketball. Rollo will probably go home and put his feet up.
No.
Watch Fox Sports News and wait for the highlights of his game.
Exactly. The highlights of his game will be big, will be shown.
But I bet he's in the office early tomorrow.
Getting ready for those jackrabbits.
Breaking down the poly tape.
Onside kick recovered by the
Matt Grudegood. We talked about it before. Used words like extraordinary, special, and all of that. And we mentioned that Mater Dei will play Pauley next week. Some of the Jackrabbits have shown up 7 days early. They're with Allison Seaton.
That's right, Jim. It looks like we're going to have a rematch of last year's championship game. I looked over in the end zone. There are quite a few Pauley players out there watching. With me are two of their best, Daryl Riddell, their defensive back, and Chris Lewis, the quarterback. And Daryl, this is a pretty high-powered offense of Mater Dei. How are you guys going to defend them?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We're going to have to do our homework this week and really focus on the guys that we'll be facing. Grudegood, is that his name?
Grudegood.
Yeah, Grudegood. I mean, he's having an excellent game. And Milhouse, he's an explosive receiver. So it should be exciting.
Chris, do you think there'll be a little bit of revenge factor for Mater Dei against you guys next week?
Oh, definitely. The tables have turned. You know, last year, you know, they were coming in with a 27-game winning streak, and, you know, we took it away. So the tables definitely turned now, and they're looking to beat us, and we have to be ready for the challenge.
Well, good luck next week. Guys, you're only going to see guys playing high school game. Time. We'll have it for you on Fox 2 next Saturday. Lewis is going to Stanford. Daryl Riddell will be playing SC on Saturdays next year.
Now, Mater Dei just keeps changing the cast, but the result is the same. It was Palacios, it was Grudegood, and now it's Ray Gilbert, number 5. I want to mention Chris Lewis wearing that Stanford cap. He's going up there. He's a great volleyball player as well, one of the best in the country, for sure, in Southern California. And his sister is the setter for Stanford's women's team, 2-time defending national champions, Robin. But he's got some football to play before he goes up to the farm. Mater Dei and Long Beach Poly next Saturday here on Fox Sports West 2. It's our Arco AM/PM game of the week, but you can call it the D1 title game. Clash of the Titans. Big gainer for Mater Dei and another chance to score. There's that play to the left side that's just been causing a blister on the Los Al defense.
As Chris Lewis mentioned, it'll be a rematch of last year's final. 27-game winning streak for Mater Dei going into that one before Long Beach Poly beats them. Of course, this year, just the opposite. Long Beach Poly, 27-game winning streak, will be on the line when they face Mater Dei next week right here at the Edge.
Herman Ho Ching. Remember that last year?
Mater Dei killer last year. Chris Lewis also had a nice game himself. We'll see if he can put together another performance like he did last year in the final.
Ho Ching, another one of those guys from the area that's playing Pac-10 football. Fade this time reverses, goes to the right side. Same package, but they just reverse it. Gilbert, untouched into the secondary. Drops his head and busts inside the 10.
There's just no quit in this Mater Dei offense. Ray Gilbert was questionable coming into the night.
You think Jerry Jaso and the Long Beach Poly staff is going to work on this play?
Oh, they have.
It?
The stretch play has worked for Mater Dei all night. It seems like every time we turn around, they're calling the same play, whether it be the left or the right. Primarily to the left, but huge holes opened all night.
Good hit by Hertley. Look at the total yards. Mater Dei, 458. Again, Mater Dei with some new faces. Brian New in the backfield.
Well, I'll tell you, next week we'll see some pretty good offenses, but also some pretty good defenses. Mater Dei able to hold Los Al to under 200 yards at this point is simply amazing. The stretch play. Referees take their lumps even in this game, Jim.
Mater Dei with a real strange formation right here. Brent Spannel, number 10, is about 15 yards behind the snap.
It looks like he's going to
kill it. Just going to take the knee. He's just playing safety valve there. Well, the Monarchs begin the celebration. but it's been going on for a long time in the stands because it was all Mater Dei. Los Alamitos just outplayed tonight.
Yeah, they were outplayed, and they were beat up front. The offensive and defensive line for Mater Dei gets it done on both sides of the ball. A tremendous performance and two great coaches together right there.
Yeah, that's a real nice shot. I'll tell you what, I know both of those guys personally, and John Barnes right now is being a great sportsman. He's over there and he's saying all the right things to Bruce Rollinson and wishing him good luck next week against Long Beach Poly. It's a class act. 33-6, Mater Dei wins the semifinals.
AM/PM is proud to be the official convenience store of the Pac-10 Conference.
Hey, these hot dogs look good.
Get ready to taste life for the first time, people.
Watch out now. You want to taste life? Then take a big swig of this new Pepsi One. This one's got it all. The most awesome cola taste. That's bigger than the Wild Blue Yonder. But only 1 calorie. You want to taste one? Yeah. You want one? Yeah. You want one? Get it.
You got one for me?
Put your tray table up and prepare for takeoff, my man.
New Pepsi One.
'Tis the season for the 3rd annual toy drive at Garden Grove Auto Center. Again this year, the dealers have chosen the Ronald McDonald House of Orange County, and they need your help. This holiday, donate an unwrapped toy and help put smiles on the faces of needy children. Bring your toy to one of the 5 Garden Grove Auto Center dealers, located off the 22 freeway between Brookhurst and Magnolia. And thank you from the Garden Grove Auto Center and the children of the Ronald McDonald House of Orange County. Happy holidays. Ho, 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 ho.
One question I get a lot is about this up here. Is it real? And looking at some of the old advertising, I can see why you'd wonder. Well, it's real. Just like when I say we carry suits by many of the same designers as department stores, but for 20 to 30% less. That's real too. As real as, well, you know what.
The Men's Warehouse.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
1-800-776-SUIT.
Cheers and tears mix at midfield at the end as Mater Dei dismisses Los Alamitos from the D1 playoffs 33-6. It was complete.
It was complete. And what a performance by Gruda Good.